AAU chess program, spearheaded by chess boxing world champion Matt Thomas, who we just saw in the playing hall a moment ago.
Yo, what is up,
They are building
guys?
the ultimate path to get young players competing on the Junior Olympic stage by 2027.
I took a break for a bit, but
scan the QR code or hit exclamation point AAU in the chat to join.
I actually missed the last round, so let's see what's happening.
B pawn is super slow.
Yeah, it looks like we really lost to Caruana. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the standings of the Naroditsky Memorial. Yo, what's up, man? How's it going? I'm watching the Naroditsky Memorial right now.
Some of Danya's best moves that he played in Bullet and Blitz.
Oh, Dora Bailey is leading. Okay, that's really good to see.
I'm going to give you 5 times as much time as it took him to find them in his real games. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, Andrea, this is your third Danya tactic. He beat a 3,000.
Amon Hamilton in top 7.
You are black.
This is not what like I could have expected going into this game. Like you don't see any Caruana, no Sindorov
for this one.
Like where are all the top guys?
Oh, okay, bishop takes. Knight takes. Knight takes.
But even Hikaru's like in 5th place.
Like checkmate. Yeah, I hesitated. These are hard because like you look at your first.
This is gonna be a huge nail biter. Like anything could happen here. I don't know how many rounds are left.
These are awesome. Thanks, Danya, for these awesome games.
This is a tough one.
Okay.
You're gonna play white, and in the actual game, Danya found this amazing move in 3 seconds. Set, go.
Oh boy. What?
Wait, what's happening in this position?
Position is much more confusing than the others.
Promote to a knight?
Well, I'm already past Danya time by a
That'd be
mile.
hilarious.
Wait,
that might be it.
This one.
Let's promote to a knight because if rook takes knight.
Okay, wait. I'm actually upset. I cannot find this one. Let's calculate.
And if the king moves to h8,
this might take me a little bit.
Because if wait, no,
I mean, we're
makes
just
sense.
down a rook.
Wait, what? No,
So
king h8. We
what
just
can
go
we-
h6. Andrea's having a little bit of trouble
Yeah,
here.
it's gonna take a while, and it's probably not. Now I'm
one's not
I'm
easy,
overthinking it. Take. Oh, wait.
Did you get it?
Jesus Christ! Is it Queen G7?
No.
Check. No. Only other
Queen
move would
takes
be a
G7.
bishop move. Generally, don't know what else it could be. And not bishop move.
It's always a knight under promotions.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Queen G7 is only good for a draw. But
Oh.
how about
Queen G7.
F8?
Queen G7 is only good for a draw.
Promote to knight.
Oh.
Queen G7.
Oh man, I'm so upset. I don't think I didn't even think about that. Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those moves which you either like see
Said I don't
instantly or
think
you don't think about. Like Queen G7 is probably good as well, but like Queen takes G7, pawn takes. It's probably just not quite enough to win there. I don't know what black would do after this. Maybe like rook G8 or rook F8 or something, just stop the pawn.
Oh. Do we have mate? No, because he blocked the queen. But then. Oh no! Wait. What? You can't take the pawn. Wait.
Right, sorry, I didn't see the bishop thing.
Oh.
It's blocked by the queen.
It's okay.
And what happens if rook takes knight?
Rook takes knight. Then you just take the queen.
Yeah, then you take the queen.
That was really nice. Wow. I totally forgot you can even promote to a knight. I didn't even consider it. That was a really nice one. That was a beautiful tactic. That's my favorite tactic that I've seen in a long time.
I'm so excited to see the next
Welcome,
round.
everybody. This is GM Daniel Naroditsky. In this series,
Naroditsky.
I'll be taking a look at some questions and pieces of advice that circulate on the internet and offering my thoughts on them. Let's jump in.
Man, Naroditsky was such a good guy.
This is a pretty general question, and here's how I'm going to answer it. I need you all to start thinking about mistakes in a different way, because mistakes can happen in a one-move situation. It's just a one-move blunder, a loss of a piece. Your opponent gives it away and you don't see it. Like, for example, just the dumbest example I can possibly give you, the 4-move checkmate, right? Like, that is how you'd punish if they didn't see it, by doing it. That's it. But there's also the something not as dramatic. And in all your games, trust me, you're missing these opportunities. Both of you are, like whatever level you are.
When you're a beginner, the focal point is always just to make sure that you're not blundering pieces and that you're taking pieces that your opponent is offering. That should be your complete focus until you're, about 900, 1000 and you've stopped committing, regular one-move blunders. And at that point, you can start focusing on not committing more subtle types of mistakes.
Wait, Hank, are you still
I think Levy's about to talk about. What does a mistake that's not a blunder look like?
Welcome back to the Naroditsky Memorial Blitz. It's time for round 8. Peter, it's the final sprint now. Things are starting to clarify a little bit. The cream is rising to the top.
Hey, Chris, what's up?
Grandmasters now fighting out for those top 10 spots. And our leader, Vasif Durabaili, we saw him in the last round. We also saw an interview with him earlier.
I'm watching the
Naroditsky got his wish. He wants to play Hikaru, and he will be facing
Durabaili versus Hikaru on board 1. This is going to be so exciting.
Be careful what you wish for, right? There is this saying.
He wants to win this tournament.
But we have seen Durabaili playing with super big confidence. However, okay,
Durabaili is really
Hikaru,
today.
It will be tough. It will be super tough. But, so probably when you're going to face Hikaru, you want to face him when you feel yourself in the best shape possible. And Durabaili, after winning all his games, kind of part of one draw, he should be super confident.
Exactly. If you're going to face Hikaru, you want to be white, you want to be in great form, you want to be 1 point clear of him, you want everything, and Durabaili has that. I'm also looking forward to Ivanchuk against Fabiano Caruana because
Naroditsky would be proud.
It's a rematch from yesterday. They played this incredible game yesterday, Peter, in the Rapid. You mentioned it was your highlight of yesterday.
I don't think that anybody wants to play Ethan Sheehan right now, like in his current form.
And actually, thinking back once we finished the broadcast and I just calmed down, I realized that, wait a second, that game actually destroyed both of these players' tournament. I think they lost way too much energy, way too much emotion with that game. It was such an epic battle, which finally cost them later on in the tournament. So playing those kind of crazy games
we're getting into
with so much emotions normally takes too much out of a player.
And interesting there, we saw Pono adjusting his opponent's pieces. Most players just adjust their own pieces, but he was helping out his opponent, or maybe he was turning the knights away. They were too terrifying, so he was turning them a different direction. But yeah, Pono will be black. He's been in solid form. He's going to be playing black against Sevian, I believe, in the next round.
He was actually
maybe lacking the killer instinct so far
but the
to kind of, at least yesterday, to kind of win that Rapid. I guess he just wants top 10 today. Here we see Sagar Shah.
Chess-based India.
One of the most famous faces in chess these days. The voice of Indian chess.
I don't actually know who
he's been enjoying things, judging from what I've seen on social media. Yesterday, up and down tournament, but
great
nice
to see Sagar playing chess again, though. He's done so much for chess.
Yes. Well. By the way, talking about Sam Sevian against Ruslan Ponomariov, I believe this was the very last round in the Rapid portion, and Ponomariov won with the black pieces against Sevian, and that's how Pono finished on the podium, and Sam Sevian fell back. So basically, it signals me that Sevian will be, on one hand, of course, he wants to take revenge, but he will also be kind of careful not to run the risk of falling victim of Pono once again.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, and this is the board. I believe that was Raja Pandwani, a Canadian player.
Okay. Wow,
that I first played in the World Under 10 Championship. So nice to see some familiar faces. I'm not sure exactly who he was facing up against. But, here we see Pono waiting for Sam Sevian to arrive. Grant Owen in the background, about to announce that round 8 can begin. But several players nodding their chairs.
Grant Owen, one of Daniel's closest friends.
Eric Rosen. Nice to have cameras on some of these content creators.
So many content creators and top players in the same room.
We'll see handshakes.
Yeah, actually, now. I had the games up, but suddenly the games disappeared. So I have to wait for the games to appear before we come to many of the boards. We still have time, luckily. Wesley saw So after
Andrew
this
Hong
knockout
versus
duel
Wesley
against Andy
So. This is
Woodward,
going to be
how
a
is he
battle.
able to smile at all? That's a big
Andy
question,
Woodward.
but it
We're going to
just
see
shows that
Andy
he has very
Woodward
good
against Amon
spirit,
Hamilton's London
and probably he's
system.
climbing back. He thinks like, wait a second,
Damikir
I'm
was not
still
able
in
to
time
crack
to get to the
Amon's
top
London
10.
system. Let's see if Andy can do it.
Another really important game between Amon Hamilton and Andy Woodward. Andy on the back of some disappointment against Durabaili. Both players have had good tournaments so far. They're in the mix. A win here for either of them would give them great chances of getting into that top 10 at the end of the day. Amon is especially dangerous with that London system.
Yeah, Amon's London is so dangerous. Yeah. Nobody likes to play.
No coincidence he's done a course on it. Javok Sindarov as well in the building.
All right, Raja's playing the Perth.
Yesterday he timed his charge, his winning streak to perfection. Can he do the same again today? But 8 boards in the meantime, Peter, and it looks like top board hasn't begun yet. Someone hasn't found their seat.
Yes, probably someone still missing. But yeah, Pono means adjusted the pieces of Sam Sevian. Sam Sevian doesn't know that actually, Pono interfered with his army prior to the game.
This is the pawn sacrifice.
Big question
if
it
some
will
really,
have any
really
consequences.
Oh, and maybe we jump into that one because some crazy stuff is happening. I think this is some kind of theory, but Ponomarev has sacrificed a pawn.
This is really old.
Open up some lines, and Sam looks away, frowning. Queen c7, maybe not the best move due to bishop d4. The blue arrow says protecting the e5 pawn is very natural.
What about maybe even f4 is okay here as well. Bishop d4 looks good.
It looks like Pono doing. He's such a solid player, and all of a sudden he enters such territory in the blitz game. What an adventure, and it came from an accelerated dragon. And here Sam played this tricky line with knight takes c6, bc e5, and I believe knight g8 is now the main move.
Yeah, knight g8 is the main move.
Pono played the old
like f4,
move, knight d5. I believe in my childhood they were telling me that you can sacrifice the pawn, but that was 30 or more than 30 years ago. Things might have changed.
Peter is so funny.
Yeah, that's what you do, I guess, nowadays against the youngsters. You try and revive all this old opening theory. Maybe Ponomarev trying to use his experience and this old line against
that makes
Sam.
Sense
but Bishop d4 wasn't found. I guess that was slightly more accurate than f4, although the reasoning is a bit mysterious.
Maybe like queen c5 here and try to trade off.
It does look like black will get compensation long term. Like d6 might come at the right moment. Bishop to b7 or bishop out to e6.
I should have a little bit
of confirmation, by the way, that Durabaili did appear 45 seconds late, I think, for his first board encounter against Hikaru Nakamura, which is huge. But now it looks like a normal position. But yeah, losing time
C3,
on board one is not a great idea against Hikaru.
Okay, wow.
Not at all. And look at this. Suddenly then Sam Sevian was spending time and played c3. He's trying to shut down the diagonal,
and there he goes.
Long diagonal, but
d6.
I somehow don't feel that this is right. This does not feel right. You highlighted and Pono plays it. Exactly d6. Open up this bishop, and then the bishop from c8 will also join the party. And once the diagonal opens up, there will be all this sacrificing looming in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know why
we just briefly saw there. It was a very quick draw between Boris Gelfand and Lenia Dominguez.
Okay,
maybe they feel that they're already sitting pretty.
This is -4
in the top 10 right now.
-4
and they don't want to take too many risks against each other. A lot of mutual respect
Savion
between those two.
Completely lost.
But
there's a lot of pressure on White's case.
Daniel wouldn't have wanted quick draws in this Blitz tournament.
Still not easy.
Okay, here we are back to this, and 2 pawns down for black, but so many open lines and diagonals.
Yeah, bishop f5 is super tempting, but also I don't know, because all this, like if bishop f5, queen e4 comes, then queen b1 will be a checkmate. Yeah, queen e4 played. You just can't resist this move.
And I guess bishop d3 will meet bishop f5, but the f4 pawn is going to hang in so many variations. Oof, Sam Sevian. Yeah, this is interesting. Maybe this was a very, very well calculated gamble from Ponomarev. Like, maybe he just thought, okay,
queen e4 is just such a
white is better objectively, but
like,
if he hasn't studied this, then black gets these incredible attacking chances at blitz, time control. Oh, that is greedy. Queen takes a7.
Queen takes a7.
Wow.
That's really greedy.
Okay. I don't know if bishop takes c3 or something is not delivering checkmate, but yeah, Pono plays rook a8, and all of a sudden bishop d3. White is back in the game. You can keep on chasing the queen.
Made a big mistake. He missed a win.
Wow.
Where was the win? I'm not.
Look, no, if
Yeah, he
bishop
had to not go rook a8. He must have had something here. Maybe he had like rook takes b2. If king takes b2, queen b4 check. Yeah, that's actually a checkmate. That might be what Ponomarev missed. I don't know. I might be missing something myself, but looks pretty powerful to me.
correctly that I can do this. And we know that the young generation is, of course, extremely good in calculation. When it becomes move per move, that's when they are brilliant.
Now Ponomarev is losing.
So he gets a chance to move with the queen with a tempo.
Yeah, very surprising play by Black here. Now
He
Sam
definitely
is out of
wasted a few
immediate
minutes, so
danger,
now, like,
although
bishop c4,
of course there's so
bishop
many
e5
open
is
lines
really
that
strong.
still double-edged. Bishop c4 apparently, the blue arrow points out. I'm not sure if that's the computer or you, Peter, but that looks like a good move, defending a2 and stopping the black bishop landing on e6.
Yeah. I think it's kind of a mutual move. It was also the move that I was kind of thinking about, and the computer. But he goes queen b6. He tries to chase down that queen to force some queen trade. Interesting.
Maybe queen d5
of course, black does not want to trade being 2 pawns down.
Probably not, though. There might
Double
be
question mark, but why is that such a mistake? It looks quite normal, looks very logical.
Yeah, why is that a
Does
mistake?
black keep the queens on, and does black keep running queen f3?
I feel like you have to run with like queen e7 or queen d5.
Queen d5 feels wrong, but queen f3 maybe?
Yeah, queen d5.
Strange moments.
Yeah, very strange. Actually, wow, and queen f3, again, white is clearly better according to computer, but okay, forget about the computer.
The
players are down to seconds, things are out of control. Still, black is hitting the pawn on a2, black is hitting the pawn on h2. White's king is in danger, and the pieces are loose.
White's position feels so loose on the king side, and Sam has no time. Like, he has 10
update
seconds
for everyone. Hikaru Nakamura is better against Vasyv Durabaili on top board. Hikaru with his famous anti-Berlin. He loves that with white or with black. And okay, in the meantime, this game's so crazy. It's going to be a scenario, Peter, soon with 3 pass pawns for white on the queen side, maybe 3 pass pawns for black on the king side.
Wait, rook b8 is coming. Rook b8.
It's going to be wild.
Rook b8. Wait, Sam is...
Yeah, but now it's over. Sam Sevian loses the queen, or how is he? He has to keep on chasing that.
Wait,
but I don't know. This is looking very bad.
Rook h1. Where does Ponomarev move the queen?
Okay, they've repeated the position though. Sam has to play rook h1.
Yeah,
What's he thinking about? And
eye
contact.
No
Queen e2 apparently is the only way to dodge the repetition.
Wow.
Wow, he's taking a draw.
Draw agreed. Wow, 3-4 repetition. Wow. Pono's nerves also couldn't handle all these ups and downs. It was just
he had to go like queen e2 and queen c4, and he was probably
better. Crazy.
But you know,
let's jump, Peter.
All eyes on Hikaru.
So a lot of nerves in that position.
Fabiano has just checkmated Vasily Vanchuk. So
Hikaru has
a very important result for Fabiano.
Right here.
Hikaru
just a massive attack.
Level material, but at least he's a pawn down.
Oh no, I'm lagging. Wait, where's the stream lagging? Hold on.
You can't win the queen, so Hikaru has to switch gears, and now he's in trouble.
Wait, Durabaili's winning it? What happened? Wait, Hikaru was literally just winning.
He's hanging everything, and
Durabaili making moves with 1 second on the clock.
With 1 second.
He hangs his queen. He hangs his queen.
Wow, panic from Durabaili. He thought he had to do this to block.
Oh my gosh!
Back rank checkmate. Now it's Hikaru who lands the mate. Wow.
Oof.
It's so tense in time.
The emotion. Both players jumped out of their seat as soon as they could. Hikaru shaking his head. He missed some big tactics, but he most importantly landed the killer blow at the right moment.
Playing like a champion.
The last blunder. It's whoever.
1 second on the clock. I mean, with 3 seconds on the clock, he played the move like queen to d5, blundering the queen out of panic.
Bishop d4 wins.
To try to stop
like literally
rook d1 checkmate, but actually rook takes a7 check was winning according to computer. It says like white is delivering checkmate. It's a fascinating line, of course, with no time on the clock. First of all, you don't spot the move, and then you can't even continue. But if you spot it, then you understand that you have draw in your hand.
You have a draw in the pocket here.
of checks.
You can go like queen d7 check and then
According to
5.
the big finesse is queen d5, king e, and then queen a. The winning. Beautiful.
Queen a2 is winning.
Queen a2.
Yeah, king b7, queen a6 check.
E8 because of bishop e5 check. E7 and then queen a6 check. King c7, queen a7 check, and it's a lot of trouble.
Yeah, there's a lot of checks. And then
looks like mate incoming, queen on d7, bishop on e5, etc. So that was a big opportunity for Durabaili, although he's still doing well in the tournament situation, as it looks like most of the games now in round 8 have wrapped up or are wrapping up. Just this very second,
Peter has some less commentary, like
on his game, one of the last ones to finish in the round. I believe Ray Robson might still be fighting on, but these are the results we have in the meantime at the top of the table. So Ray Robson's still fighting on. Javok Sindarov wins though. Bortnik wins, very important for him. Suleimanli beats Caden Troff. Sagar Shah unfortunately losing. Levy as well falling further down. But here at the title end of things, all about that top 10. Hikaru gets a very important win. Draws on the next two boards. Fabiano
Ethan Sheehan beat Okarin,
so he's right back in the mix. Wesley So as well, winning a long endgame grind. Madaminov, good round for Uzbekistan.
Let's go.
He takes the win against Aravind. Aman Hambleton losing against Andy Woodward. I was told it was a very instructional end to that game, so we might revisit that one a bit later if we have time. But Oparin losing to Ethan Sheehan, one of the surprise packages. As now we see the standings and
it's like
Grandmasters galore. Other than maybe 7th place, Ethan Sheehan. That is a huge surprise and fantastic performance from him so far. We see 3 players in joint first: Ponomarev, Durabaili, and Nakamura. But most importantly, it's all about that top 10. And right now, if things were to finish as they are, Fabiano upwards, the top 9 would be safe. They would be through to tomorrow, and there would be a playoff between those on 5.5. So Suleimanli is currently the man sitting in 10th, but the Naroditsky rule, remember, for everyone, is that anyone who shares the same number of points with the player in 10th place gets a playoff. That's because Danya, in the World Blitz Championship a couple of years ago in New York, was unfortunately, in a very harsh way, unable to fight for the World Blitz title due to mathematical equations. So we're sorting everything on the chessboard here in Charlotte.
I like that rule.
There is another few rounds coming. We, of course, have that big climax to the Swiss portion. We're going to be back in the meantime with a short break. So see you again.
They got to cover Ethan Sheehan's game next. All right, how long is the break going to be? $7 minutes. All right. In that case, we will just play
equal middle game position. White played here knight to e4, and you may think for a second.
We'll play a chess game.
Equal middle game position.
Let's play a chess game in honor of Danya. Let's play a Daniel Naroditsky opening. All right, what's a Daniel Naroditsky opening? If we get Black King's Indian, if we get White like a Joe Bob of London, I think. This is Ethan Sheehan, by the way, guys. My score is 17-24 against him, so I'm negative, but okay, we're playing GM Gorvitz. C4. What would be a Danya opening? Not a 6, G6. This is a Danya opening. Yeah, and we just play the King's Indian. Okay, I probably didn't have to go B6 there, but maybe C6, play for B5. Yeah, Yeah, he's gonna go f5. I can still play b5 though, because he can't take twice. And due to the fact that I have queen b6 check. Okay, I'm gonna he wants to push g4. That's a little bit annoying. How do I deal with that? Okay, I'm getting kicked back a bit. Now he takes on b5. Gorovitz is extremely positional, just prevents all your counterplay. All right, how am I supposed to get counterplay here? This is going to be a little bit tough. Okay, now we at least got control of the dark squares. Is there like a way I can take advantage of his poor knights? All right. Gonna put the bishop on f4, and then I'm gonna try to win the g4. Yeah, just put pressure on his g3 knight. That's the plan. Okay, he just goes in immediate g5. This does look really dangerous, I will not lie. This looks pretty scary. I don't know how I'm supposed to defend, but we'll see what we can do here. Oh, I should not have allowed that move. Okay, this is not a good game in memory of Danya. Jeez, my knight on a6 is just really, really bad. Okay, 97 check just won for him, I think. We'll keep trying to somehow hold. Yeah, this is really, really rough. Oh my gosh. That's brutal. I can't even take because there's just queen of 6 with a mate. All right, not a good look. Not a good look. Yeah, this knight bd7 here is a little bit early, I think. Right, I probably should have played b4, kicked this back, and now I can play like d5 or something, or a5. How do I make b4 though? This is what I was worried about. I have to go like 98. No. c5. Okay, and I guess this is just not a huge issue. All right, yeah, go knight h5. Yeah. Not a good chance here, but I also kind of messed this up a little bit. h5. That is really... Oh, I can just... Oh, I'll go knight takes h5. If he goes in... No? G takes. d4. Okay, I have no idea what the move is here. All right, please help me, computer. Okay, this computer just sucks. Why did I listen to it? Oh, g5. Yeah, g5 was really good. A good move by him, for sure. All right, we're gonna get back to the games. Naroditsky Memorial should be going on, so.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
I got one challenge for you. Try Whisper Flow once. One time. And I promise you'll understand why
done, but he's losing a piece. And after Rook b6 queen takes, it was all Andy. What a turn of events! And
in the meantime, Peter, it's non-stop action here because round 9 pairings are around now.
Okay, this Ethan Sheehan is on board.
Wow,
3. That's going to be.
And it is Hikaru Nakamura after beating Vasif Dudaibali. What a crazy game! It just when we joined, it looked like Hikaru wins the game easily. Then suddenly, 3 seconds later, it was Dudaibali's game, and then 3 seconds later, it was Hikaru as a winner. So just shows that what a thriller finish that was. Fabiano also climbed his way back and second board. And look at Ethan Sheehan, the player who had the biggest joy of winning. Whom did he take down?
A Wonder Liang.
He won against someone.
No, Ethan Sheehan is not.
He's just beaten Nike Sands and Aparin back to back. He also beat a Wonder Liang earlier in the tournament, that fist pump,
exactly,
as you mentioned.
Yes.
So he's beaten 3 GMs, and I don't believe he's titled himself. So very, very impressive from the teenager.
He's definitely an IM level. But...
How old is he? If he's talking about teenager,
I think he's around 18. I checked this yesterday. Not sure exactly when in the year he was born, but roughly 18. So yeah, birth year 2008. So very impressive. Either way, he's the one non-GM on this first page.
Wow, yeah, super impressive. And we have seen the heartbreak. We have seen the heartbreak yesterday with him when he did not finish the job against Aravin Chithambaram. I will never forget that. The way he was complaining to himself that how could I have missed those chances? Well, today he's taking the chances.
Yeah, Ethan is a very
up against Wesley So on the third board, but Ray Robson versus Javohir Sindel on the 6th board. Lenier Dominguez, Suleiman Ali on board 7 just goes on to show what a tournament this is, what a field it is. And there we see Ethan taking his seat with big smile on his face.
Yeah, look at Ethan. He's just smiling. He's so happy.
Great to see someone who loves being here this much.
I think
Wesley's also been smiling throughout the day. Daniel would definitely have approved of everyone playing so much blitz, but also especially with a smile on their face. And yeah, this is going to be a fun one. If Ethan pulls off a win here, it's going to be the biggest shock yet.
Yeah,
and that would propel him even further up the standings. Funny. Very likely.
Imagine if he just wins the entire tournament.
Have a chance at the top 10. But yeah, Hikaru Nakamura, I think it was never really in doubt, despite the fact, Peter, that earlier today, feels like ages ago now, he didn't even win round 1. He was lucky to survive with a draw, but he's back to top form now. He's warmed up.
Exactly. Yeah, we knew that it is always this first game. Yeah, you don't get the rhythm yet. You are coming to a tournament freshly. Everybody's coming. Everybody wants to take some photographs. Yeah, you are probably not yet in real
But
fighting
Sif
mood.
is playing against
And then
Caruana.
suddenly it was a great wake-up call. And
Oh,
ever
another
since
content creator match.
Hikaru is in
Tushar
his element,
versus
and he has climbed all the way back to board 1, and certainly wants to establish dominance over the field, just to make a statement that yes, tomorrow's round robin is coming, but I'm the boss.
Andy versus Sam Sevian.
Exactly. He is a big boss.
That is a really
Andy
high
Woodward
contract.
against Sam Sevian. Someone needs to tell Levy that we're not in Kansas anymore with that football shirt we saw briefly a second ago. But,
I feel like I'm right
in the
now.
meantime,
I want to
round
Andy
9 about to begin. There we see Levy up against Tushar Anand, a very famous content creator. He's been upping the content games. I've seen him in Europe recently. I've seen him everywhere. And okay, Levy having a decent tournament, but in the middle of the pack.
All right, what's happening with
here? We
Ethan
see the top few
Sheehan?
boards,
He's gonna
the
play
top 8,
anti-Berlin.
and everyone's playing the 4 knights these days, Peter.
Leslie
That
play
top
the
left
Berlin.
board, Hikaru with white, he's playing the Gleck system with this Fianchetto of the bishop. What other openings catch your eye?
Yeah, so Hikaru, this is actually what he played against Irene as well in the very first round. Okay, we see Fabiano Caruana against Dulai Bailey, a very sharp classical kind of Nimzo, but with a small twist with Rook B1. We haven't seen that played too often, but now we established a very familiar waters with the Botvinnik system. Yeah, this is called the Botvinnik system with bishop on d3, knight on e2, this pawn chain, c3, d4, e3. White wants to play with f3, e4 in the future. I think it looks very promising for Fabi. Should be super happy. What about Ethan against Wesley? So, wow, this is actually one of those tricky moments. Be careful, Wesley hits on f2 and launches direct counterattack with f5.
Okay, and Ethan, a very expressive player. He gave a check. Now he's bringing his bishop into the center. That's the top middle board, that blue board on the top row. Yeah, elsewhere we see some very simplified endgames. Andy Woodward, Boris Gelfand on the right side of that top row. They're playing much more solid stuff. I wonder elsewhere, looks like some games haven't quite started. Okay, we don't have any moves, at least on one of those bottom row boards, but
Ethan is already worse.
okay, let's jump in, Peter. Let's jump into one of them. Maybe let's start with Ethan. We've been billing him as the hero.
Yes.
He's around that 10th spot right now, just inside the top 10. And
the thing that I really like about Ethan is he plays with so much confidence.
Somehow I feel that he lost the control. He felt like he should try to use this pin, but by doing this, he's also giving up so many squares. And yeah, Wesley, exactly. This is the professional way. Give up the bishop, but then coming back to f6, force the trade on c6, and now the light squared bishop will be a dominant force, and all the light squares in White's control. This will be massage and a very special one.
Yeah, Wesley looking in full control of the board right now. He's going to leave the piece hanging. Nod of the head from Ethan. He sees the checkmate. He's going to stop the checkmate on g2. He's going to block it with the knight or the pawn, most likely. But then, ooh, queen. I don't know about that. But yeah, maybe a queen exchange, or maybe black just keeps the queens on the board, queen b6 or knight d5. And yeah, very beautiful position for black.
Yeah, basically you cannot ask for more. It's a dream scenario for Wesley. Also clockwise, but all right, clockwise he's fine. But Ethan is up on the clock. It basically also shows that this is one of his strengths. He's trying to play very quickly, put pressure on the opponent.
Yeah, Ethan is a very fast
on the
player.
clock. If he can combine it over the board and the clock, that's a dream scenario. Wesley not trading queens, which
Maybe
basically
knight
signals that
d3.
how comfortable and how confident he is right now.
Yeah, knight d5 is a good move.
Exactly.
Knight
He can
b3.
maybe even start attacking on the king side later with some tricks. But
Maybe
first he
queen
gets his
h3
queen
or
out the way.
something.
White's queen vulnerable on the diagonal.
Try to go bishop takes h6 and get a
Looking
draw.
very good for Wesley. So I wonder whether we zoom out just temporarily. There's some crazy stuff happening on the second board. Fabiano Caruana, his king is wide open, but he's a piece up. And
Whoa,
it looks
what
like
is
Dura
happening
Bailey,
on this board?
things might be getting out of control for him in the tournament.
Dura Bailey does have
he's
pawns,
gone on a
but,
sacrificial quest that just simply doesn't work.
yeah, d5 is hanging here.
Yes, and who is attacking whom actually thanks to his bishop on
H7
c2?
is coming.
and the queen on h5. White is attacking, and thanks to a knight on f4, actually everything is taken care of. White's king is perfectly safe. So I'm expecting the move g6, when the big question is, can White immediately do something? Well, White can actually also maybe just pick up the pawn, or can try even to continue the attack with queen h6. That will be a big question.
Queen h6 is also possible.
Durabaili, sometimes it happens like that, right? You have a perfect tournament, everything's going so smoothly, but then
still
you
two
hit
more
one
rounds.
speed
Anything
bump.
can happen
You
after
hit
this, but
yeah, you hit someone like Hikaru Nakamura, you run out of steam, and
he was
suddenly
beating
the whole
Naka
tournament
too. Oh,
spirals.
queen
But,
65
okay,
is a
Fabiano
mistake.
keeps some control. Maybe going for
it's still
checkmate,
good
like you
move.
said, Peter, was the way. But okay, queens are coming off the board. C3 is impossible
What's
to
he gonna
defend,
do now?
though.
Queen takes d4.
So
queen
maybe
d6.
Fabiano's running out of pawns. I think he missed this last move.
Yes, I think he was probably just very happy that everything is under control. But the problem is not
Rook
about the
d8's a
control.
move
The problem is
flash.
that if you have to take queen takes c4 and you keep the queens on the board,
you
then
allow
you
rook g3
feel like
check.
you should have actually probably gone for the attack with queen h6. The queen belonged to the king side. And if you trade on d6 and then you lose the pawn on c3, then also the pawn on d4 might drop. And as you called it, then
this
White
is
is
a tough
suddenly
decision to
running
make.
out of pawns.
I think if I was
Fabiano's
White,
still
I'd
with
go
the
queen takes
advantage.
c4
It's
here.
still nice to have that extra bishop, but
Yeah, I just don't
he
think
does
he can
take on
take on
c4.
d6 because
Durabaili looks shocked there. I think he might have missed that that pawn was hanging. But okay, how can he get at the white king while the white queen is a bit distracted?
Yeah, the white queen is not in a good spot right now. So he
Exactly. For example,
I'm serious about what fuels me. Same goes for them. Pro Plan. Fuel for life.
Studies show vaping affects your brain, making it difficult to concentrate.
Oof. Maybe Fabi can. He's so good at calculating and seeing these exceptions. I think it's just about keeping the queen on the diagonal, staring down at the black king. Maybe there's counter-attacking ideas. But yeah, it's so tough. A queen b4 is such a more natural move. And
yeah, queen
Fabiano
b4
plays
of course,
way more natural.
Yeah, queen b4, queen c6 is getting a question mark. Of course, everything is a question mark with 30 seconds on the clock in this position for a computer. For humans, you just play on emotions, and every all of these moves make perfect sense.
Exactly. D5 also given a question mark. That's really logical, blocking the black queen's
Maybe
diagonal.
queen d. No, you can't go
the white queen
yeah, you
can
have
now
to
sit on a really nice central square on
rook
d4, but this is a double question mark.
Wait, he just
Rook
allowed
check,
king h2.
but after king h2, how's he defending his rook?
He has to go queen takes c3.
The queen's off.
Yeah,
there we go.
Like, I mean,
why is this such a bad mistake? It's going to be 4 pawns versus 2 if the queens come off.
Oh, is there something else that White has?
Might keep them on somehow, maybe. Queen e7.
Well, maybe you can just ignore. Yeah, maybe you can, but with 20 seconds on the clock, it would be a cold shower.
Yeah,
but no,
queen
yeah,
takes
Fabi is a
c3
human.
is
He
just
just trades and
natural.
enjoys the end game.
Okay,
but I'm not sure. The black knight can block this d pawn, and black has
This
3
is not
pawns for
easy
the
for Fabi.
piece. It's not easy at all.
Knight b7 and knight d6.
Not easy at
Knight
all.
c4,
One
knight
player
d6.
making it
Knight
look
d3
easy is
also-
Hikaru Nakamura, who is about to defeat Ruslan Ponomarev. Hikaru is 2 pawns up in a very smooth endgame. He's definitely at his best. But this one,
I
yeah,
feel
this
like
is not
this
easy at all
endgame,
for Fabiano.
this is
Who's
really-
better? Black has so many running pawns.
This is probably
Knight
2
D6 will be
results. I don't
very
think
healthy.
Caruana should ever lose this position, but
Exactly. Also, just start bringing the king. Yeah. For example, who can stop this king?
how's he gonna?
Marching all the way to the other side of the board. Okay, Fabi regroups
Durabaili
that knight.
is
That knight was
also-
horrible. The knight is perfect on c3.
Yep.
He had a winning position
D5
versus
can kick
Hikaru
the black
last
rook
game.
back,
It
but,
didn't convert, so this would be
he
huge
doesn't
for him.
try that yet. The white king is coming though.
Oh, he's just pushing the pawns.
Durabaili keeps the king caged. Knight drops back.
D8,
Okay,
nice.
it does feel like it's easy to play white now. The rook is coming.
Knight d6 or
95. You have to
95.
come back to e5. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Both
Now
players have
G4,
6
F4.
seconds each.
Oof, the adrenaline rush.
Ton of adrenaline.
He keeps
And
pushing
black
his
is also
pawns.
pushing his pawns. Yeah.
Oh, keeps going. The rook can come to h8 or c8 and try to come
Yeah, rook
through.
h8 and then rook h2.
There we go.
That's the way.
Oh, this is so tense.
Okay, rook
Fabi's put his
h2
pawn
and then
on the
king
7th
e7.
rank. 1 square from promotion. Black
Oh,
goes
he brings
back.
rook back.
Can white keep that d7 pawn though is the big question.
Yeah, knight takes d7. He just wait. Why did
Takes
Fabi
it.
give up the pawn?
Suddenly black has 3 pawns.
What?
Like even without the black 3 pawns, it might be a draw. But
No.
what do you think,
Fabi
Peter?
cannot
Who's
win this
better
one.
and why?
Who's playing?
Well, watch out for the clock. Yeah, it's very tricky
Actually,
with
yeah, even
2 seconds on the clock. But Fabi will be collecting the pawns.
Okay, if he takes on a force to draw.
Oh, he's collecting the A pawn. That's the most important one. Okay, first to check.
He took all
Everything's
the
falling. Oh, Fabi brings his rook across.
Okay, rook b3,
Okay,
and then
if
go
he gets
a3.
all the pawns, I think he wins this game.
Yes, it
he's
is
gonna give up the
very
A4.
difficult to defend with so little time.
Yeah, no, this could be losing for black.
Bishop retreats.
Like even
Yeah, interesting. The eval bar is not so
I feel
excited.
like the knight is gonna
maybe
draw.
it is just a
might be
drawn
objectively
endgame
drawn, but
with best play, despite the fact black's a piece down. But
rook
yeah,
versus
you don't want to be
rook and
defending
bishop.
this in blitz.
Does Fabi want to go
No
into
time.
that? Rook versus
Well, now the
king.
knight on g6 is kind of trapped. Yeah, 97, but 95. Black gets active. Oh no, 95 was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Rook b2. And king h3, king g3, knight h5 would have been kind of perpetual.
And yeah, if the bishop and knight get exchanged, rook and knight versus rook, a clear draw. Durabaili should hold that even with no time on his clock. But
King
now
f6,
black's getting very
king
active,
h4,
and the king
King
can
f6.
drop
Yeah.
back, hitting 2 pieces.
Okay, it's gonna be rook versus rook.
Okay, it's rook and bishop
Oof,
versus rook,
and-
Peter.
All right, this is a classic.
Wow, another 50 moves.
They need to get like an arbiter.
Famous
somehow.
rook and bishop versus rook should be a draw, but especially with only a 2-second increment at blitz, I think white is the favorite. I think Fabiano wins this more than.
I mean,
he draws.
both these GMs know that this position's a draw. But
And already
it's a matter
also
of-
the whole history of the game, yeah, that we have witnessed before, also plays a big role.
Mhm. Indecision from Fabiano. For sure, Durabaili knows how to draw this, but yeah, I think it's just a human thing in practical terms. With no time, at some point you feel the heat, feel the pressure, make a mistake. Although he's setting things up nicely, he knows the defense. Very instructive, Peter.
Yes, the Cochrane
Yeah,
defense.
Dora Bailey's just
defense,
playing this
exactly.
fantastically.
And whichever way the white king goes, you go the other way with the black king.
Yeah, that's the method. Then rook g5, then you come back
This is just pure class.
with the king. But the problem is that white can do this as much as he wants. Yeah, and he can start, and you just make one mistake with as a defender, and it will cost you the game.
Yeah. So very instructive though, the Cochrane defense, then the second rank defense. He's doing everything right, Durabaili. He's going to hope that the arbiter steps in after 75 moves to declare the game a draw, because if he claims before that, Fabiano gets more time and it's going to be even more difficult. Nice try by Fabi cutting off the black rook in the meantime. It looks like this is the last, or one of the last games going from the round. Unsurprisingly, there's always one rook and bishop versus a rook here, Peter, in blitz tournaments. I'm just surprised it's taken this long.
Oh, rook e5. Okay.
Well, maybe in
Allowed
some
to
other
separate
boards
chat.
which we haven't covered, but yes,
That was really
for
brave.
us this is premiere. And okay, basically, I feel like Durabaili deserves the draw because he had played a fantastic game. But we all know that
Dora
chess
Bailey
is not
just
about
defending
deserving.
so well.
Are you finally achieving the desired result or not? That's the only question that matters.
They've already made 35 moves since the last piece trade. So he's getting closer to the 50 move rule. I don't know when he stops the clock to hope for a draw. And oh, he nearly put his king on the edge of the board. That would have been a bit risky.
Dora Bailey's trying to
still
lock
within
in here.
drawing territory. Running away now.
His king is still on the edge. It's really scary.
Yeah, I think, Peter, like the practical thing to do
Bobby
is
should
to
have
play
at
on
least,
and
like,
on
30
and
more
on. Don't
moves
think
here.
about claiming a draw. Only just when you're about to kind of blunder your rook
Some
or lose your
move,
rook, then you stop
111.
and you hope you've made 50 moves.
Yeah, the way that
Exactly.
it works, guys, is you only claim
Yeah,
the
king
draw when,
d5,
like,
king
you're about to
a3.
get
Again,
mated
the
or you
same
get
defense.
Mhm.
We have seen it already twice.
That's the only way it works. Okay.
Move 115.
Yeah, getting close. I think just around 6 more moves, if I'm not mistaken. 5-6 more moves, and the players don't know it, but they will have hit 50. Very impressive from Durabaili. Extremely impressive under time pressure.
He's just calm and composed.
Never looked in danger. And yeah, they have hit 50 moves, so this game could be a draw now. If worst comes to worst and he blunders his rook, then just before it's taken, he can stop the clock, call the arbiter, and say that's 50.
Yeah. There should be over
Yeah,
50
I think,
moves.
yeah,
Wow.
the arbiter's the arbiter's only obliged to step in after 75 moves, according to FIDE rules. But this is where playing online is different, Peter, because it would automatically be declared drawn, the game. You don't need to do counting. The server would do it for you online.
Oh, wow. So king a4 or rook f4? Yeah, just waiting.
Yep. Yeah, pinning the bishop, and then
king goes the opposite way of white's king. So if white goes
yet.
king d5, black goes king a3. If white goes king d3, black goes king a5.
Yeah, super impressive so far by Dulabali, yeah, how he's defending.
Yeah, very impressive. I think this might be, like, he's won some really nice games, but it's one of the most impressive moments of the day so far for him. Like, losing 2 games in a row, that would be heartbreaking, and he might not recover from that. But drawing a game like this feels like a win, even if it was a bit topsy-turvy before this endgame.
Exactly. He also feels like, I just played against Hikaru. After losing, I'm getting paired with Fabiano. Come on, give me an easier pairing. Rook e4 check. Rook e4 check. Fancy business. Going for stalemate idea.
That would be a stalemate, yeah. That's
but of course, don't do that during a game.
Durabili, I mean, yeah, that's super tough. Hikaru, Fabiano, back to back. But yeah, he's done everything right.
This is just
147 moves now. They've played 73 moves of this endgame.
Yes,
and
does arbiter step in?
Looks like a draw eventually. The arbiter might have stepped in, and confirmation of the results. Peter, it's a long round here. Round 9. Hikaru gets the win against Ponomarev. Wesley did take down Ethan Sheehan, the surprise package of the event so far. And elsewhere, wins for Madaminov, black against Gelfand. That's big. Sindarov, black against Ray Robson. So a big round for the Uzbek players.
Yes, and for Sindarov, every win is vital because he was behind. But by now, I think after this win, he kind of feels secure that he's on the right track. Also, Lenier Dominguez winning a super important game against Suleimanli.
2 losses in a row.
And elsewhere, Ivanchuk, Andrew Tang, and others have won to at least put themselves in the conversation. All about the top 10 spots, remember, everyone? So, yeah, Hikaru sitting pretty at the top of the standings. First time he's been in the lead.
So they need to get to the top 10 for the playoffs.
Durabili, Madaminov, and Wesley So are tucked in nicely behind him. They're feeling confident. And yeah, big pack on 6.5, though. They're kind of in the danger zone. A loss, and they could suddenly start losing momentum at the worst possible moment. But they still have their fate in their own hands. A couple of wins, and they get into the top 10. But Peter, we've had 9 rounds now. It's the final 2 incoming. We're going to go on a short break. But in the meantime, a reminder for everyone why we have this event and why we're here today. It's all about the Naroditsky Memorial Fund in honor of Daniel's memory and his legacy, and anyone looking to directly support that.
Who's the highest rated you've beat?
Now jump in with exclamation mark fund.
Over the board,
we are accepting donations. Every donation does go directly towards the annual memorial tournament right now, and towards establishing fellowships to support talented young players on their journey. Hit exclamation mark fund to chat in chat right now. Involved. We'll be back for round 10 after this short break.
All right, how long is this break going to be? 13 minutes? All right. In that time, we're going to look
your
at the
minor
best games
pieces
of Daniel
first
Naroditsky.
before you get your queen out, your rooks out.
Let's look at the best games of Daniel Naroditsky. Well, he had a really good game against Caruana. This was in the US Championship. I remember this game. '21 US Championship? Wow, it's so sad that like he passed away so soon after that. Not even 4 years. Okay, so he plays the Steinitz, the modern Steinitz defense against the Spanish game. White goes c3. And now he plays knight f6. goat who's came back. Now you're the goat. Okay, so Naroditsky goes knight f6. Rook e1, g6. Preparing to bring the bishop out to g7. This is like a pretty good place for the bishop usually. So what ends up happening? Oh, he takes on d4 really early. I think he was worried that if he castled, then if he castled, maybe white might go bishop takes c6 followed by d takes e5. Although that should also be totally fine for black if I remember correctly. ed4, cd4, castles, h3, preventing any bishop g4 ideas. Now Naroditsky goes knight b4, a really, really classy move, trying to go knight d3. Queen takes d7, queen b3, a5. Yeah, and obviously white cannot really take this pawn on b7 because black will move his rook to b8, and then the queen is just stuck inside black's camp. Like, cannot go here, here, anywhere. The queen can't move. So after knight f1, a4, queen d3, knight a5, now Naroditsky has his b3 square to work with. Rook 81, h6, and captures, knight b2. He brings the knight back to a5. And I guess he didn't want to capture the knight on d2 because he still thought he wants to retain control over the b3 square. That makes a lot of sense. And after knight b1, b5, now he's controlling the c4 square. Queen c2, bishop g7. And now he goes c6, building up this pawn chain. After e5, rook e8, knight e4, knight c4. Okay. Oh, queen f5. This is a really nice move. This is what Caruana was hoping for. He wanted bishop takes e5 because the bishop takes e5, which obviously Naroditsky would never do in a million years because that makes a mistake in multiple ways. White would go d takes e5, and the knight would be pinned to the rook. I cannot move the pieces. This is better. So here, the knight would be pinned to the rook. So, like, this knight can never move anywhere. Like, you'll lose the queen. Not only that, but also if rook takes here, knight f6 wins the queen. So, yeah, that would be game. Instead, Naroditsky goes queen f5. He makes his own pin. And wait, how do I exit the analysis? Oh, there we go. So knight e5, queen f5, and now this knight cannot move anywhere because the queen is hanging on c2. So g4 happens, queen e6, and after the knight drops back, rook c8 is a really powerful move. The idea is that even though the rook does a discovered attack on the queen, actually, if white moves his knight, then black will be able to win material. And you'll have two rooks plus a bishop for the queen and knight. So, knowing this, Caruana decides to keep his rook protected. Now Naroditsky trades off his queen. And this is a really high-class move because now in this position, this pawn on b3 is a menace. It takes control over the a2 and the c2 squares. So after king g2, c5, if white takes on c5, white had to take on c5. Now, probably rook takes c5 looks possible as well. Yeah, this is probably a possibility, but maybe Naroditsky just didn't want to. Maybe this position would end in like a draw after like bishop takes e5 and rook b6, probably picking up the b5 pawn soon. So instead he goes for knight c4. I really like this move. After knight takes, pawn takes c4. Now black has really dangerous pawns on c4 and b3. And this b2 pawn is hanging as well. So after bishop takes b2, rook takes c4, bishop a3. White goes c6. And now black can just push b2 and queen. Well, he can't queen, yeah. I guess Fabiano is able to block it with the knight. But there's this saying in chess that knights are terrible blockers. Because think about it. This knight can only control like the a3 square, the c3 square, and the d2 square. However, if white had a bishop on b1 instead, it could control like everything along the diagonal. So simply here, Naroditsky brings his king into the game. White has no way to actually keep this pawn protected. And after a bunch of trades, Black is left with the b2 pawn, and Naroditsky goes on to convert his advantage. Trades off the pieces, and this knight on b1 cannot move anywhere. King d5. Now he makes another outside pass pawn. Like, if captures, he can start pushing this pawn, and White's king is just not really in time, I think, to stop this pawn, because Black will capture that 5 pawn. And whenever White tries to run to this side of the board, Black can always run to the queen side. So f5 happens, hg4, fg6, and now Black drops the king back. And after bishop d6, it looks like Fabiano resigned, because the issue is that what Black is going to do is he's going to go king f6 and win the pawn. White cannot push his pawn. He'll lose it. And if White ever tries to move the knight, once again, knights are just terrible blockers. So the knight can never move because Black will make a queen. And if the knight just sits here, then Black will slowly but surely bring his king back. This was a really, really impressive game by Naroditsky on many fronts. Like, he played a really good middle game, a really good end game, and was able to beat Caruana. We're gonna go back to the tournament now. Okay, it's ad break.
Increíble. The same idea, we're threatening a3 and queen e2 with the forks. And if you want to borrow a page from Wesley So's book against Hikaru Nakamura, in such situations, it is often very worthwhile to play the move b4 in order to restrict the knight. This is the concept of restriction. This is a very simple concept that you can even learn as a beginner. You use your pawns to control important squares. How do you know they're important? Well, it's the only square that the knight can move to that's not the pathetic b8 square. Knight is fully restricted. We can continue our development.
Frankfurt
this is
Airport.
A horrendous position for Black.
That's a hilarious
losing,
name.
objectively losing.
This must have been one of his
Objectively
favorite accounts.
But after queen d7, yeah, we play a3, and then we pick up the knight, and then we end the game. And the rest of the game is very straightforward.
Okay,
I'm sure
so
we'll get more of a chance to talk about conversion, but
actually,
the important points here were, yeah, knight d4 is a nice move to get the knight into the center.
The difference
Rook
between
a1, not being afraid to make
seed
these
is only 1
moves that
point.
don't look pretty but do a lot, right? We're just defending our pawn.
So
and it's important
Bailey's
not to
on
give this
7,
pawn away.
Mukidan is on 7.
And then knight
Wesley
c6,
So's on
noticing the
7,
discovery,
Sam Sevian,
and
Panomariov,
winning both
Sindarov,
rooks,
and
and
Caruana
taking the
all
pawn,
at
and then
6.5, plus a
converting
few
easily
more.
by promoting to a
I
queen.
think you need top 10 to get into the
That's
playoffs,
basically
so
it. That's our first speedrun game.
I think all these guys are really aiming for the top 10 spot here. The game continues in 3 minutes, so we have a couple of minutes. Top 10 from the Swiss qualified for Sunday final. The final is a single round robin. Wait, how does this work? So it's like the top from this list qualify for the Sunday final? Okay. Coverage continues in 30 seconds. So the next round is about to start. I'm wondering what the pairings will be. I think that Hikaru already beat Laura Bailey. He'll probably play Madaminov with Wesley So. He hasn't played him already. Lanier has worked his way back up. That's really good.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Naroditsky Memorial Blitz. We've got round 10 coming up very shortly. But first, Fun Master Mike, FM Mike, has caught up with Alexander Bortnik.
Thanks, guys. We're here with local Charlottean Blitz specialist, Grandmaster Alexander Bortnik, no stranger to Title Tuesday and everything. What do you think your chances are of qualifying for the Blitz final with 2 rounds to go?
Hello, everyone. I don't think that high, actually. I had bad start. I was like 2.5 or 5. Then I made some comeback, but now just lost painful game. I just blundered one full piece in just one move. So I will try my best, but I think like 20% right now. So we'll see.
And I know 11 rounds of chess is a lot. Today is also a national holiday. I think you already have some plans for tonight. What are they?
I think we're going to play like some Counter-Strike. I already invited Sindarov and Eric Hansen who also like to play that.
They're going to play Counter-Strike?
We'll see if they will accept the invitation. They said yes, but maybe, you know, Sindarov will be so upset or so happy. I don't know. We'll see. I hope we will just have a chance to play.
We have to know. Do you think you're better than Sindarov? Because I don't know your levels.
I don't know how he's playing. Like, he met Vitality whole team. Probably he's pretty good. We'll see, actually. I don't know. We'll see. I'm so excited, you know.
After the 3+2 comes the CS2. Good luck in both encounters.
That is hilarious.
Back to you guys.
After the 3+2 comes the CS2.
Thank you, Mike. Nice to see Bortnik in such high spirits. He has an uphill struggle he'll need on his hands. He needs to win his last 2 and hope in order to get into the top 10.
Where's Magnus?
Mentioned that it's 4th of July either so far. But in the meantime, Peter, round 10 pairings, what catches your eye?
It seems Magnus has been a bit absent. I mean,
yeah, well, Hikaru is now in a safe spot, leading the tournament. I think he kind of knows, like, he can afford to slow down. There's no reason for him to keep on winning because
we'll look at that after this round.
Just guaranteeing the qualification is all that matters.
Sorry, I didn't see this
the other guys, nobody is exactly safe because
no respect for Kramnik anymore.
I have checked the standings and many players, believe it or not, with 5.5, we have tons of brilliant players like Al, 1 point away from the qualification spot, which means that we really need 2 out of 2, and it might also not be enough. But
so there's a lot of
whoever is on 6.5 at the moment, if he just loses one game, then all the other people are moving over him. So I feel that this round is the absolute crucial round because if you get knocked out, then it's over. Then there is nothing to fight for in the last round.
Exactly. So
yeah, this is a really
7.5 might get you a playoff.
So you need to get into the top
out of 11 should get you into the top 10. Yeah, we're obviously operating off those
I think that might be
kind of hypotheticals right now. But yeah, the players, they know they just need to win. If you win your games, that's all you can do. And you try to keep your fate in your own hands. Chucky here, he will hope to end on a high. He's playing against Simon Kanin. And yeah, I'm especially looking forward to Andy Woodward. I think he has black actually against Sindarov. That's a rematch from yesterday, Peter. And Andy was the one player to take down Sindarov.
This is a huge rematch.
Yes, that becomes now a prestige duel. Forget about Blitz, Rapid, whatever, Sindarov, and there's the handshake because he
These
knows
are literally 2 of
that,
the best players.
Andy Wood is someone whom he will be facing a lot in the future. Yeah, and then you don't want to keep all these memories that I struggled with the young Andy Woodward. You want to turn
hopefully they keep
the tables,
it on versus Woodward.
And I'm expecting a super fight there.
Yeah,
Durar Bailey versus So is going to be another really
Wesley So. I mean, every time we've seen Wesley today, he's been smiling. He's making everyone around him smile as well.
Then Caruana,
coming off that Rook and Bishop versus Rick Holt. Very impressive against Fabiano Caruana, who is up against Sam Sevian. And what do you think, Peter? Are we going to see players still take big risks, or some of those who maybe think they're guaranteed top 10 might start playing it a bit safer?
Madaminov is playing against Hikaru.
Yeah, that was my big question when I saw Wesley smiling like this with his opponent, like, does this signal something? Like, well, wait a second, we have 7 points. There's absolutely no need for us to get at each other's throat. Look at this, the conversation, the smile continues, but the players are shadowing the pieces, getting ready for the fight.
Exactly. So draw, not necessarily a bad result for these two, but more likely we will see the battle on the board. It's hard to play it too safe in blitz. If you go too passive, your opponent could punish you. And yeah, there's not that many forcing draw lines out there that I think the players would be necessarily tempted to go down.
But like,
we'll see. We'll find out. And handshakes round 10 begins D4 from Wesley. Elsewhere, lots of E4 this round. Or at least a few on the top row.
So they're showing the
couple
Wesley
of Sicilians, a couple of Roy Lopez, Madaminov, anti-Berlin against Nakamura.
Nice
Where to jump, Peter? That's always the dilemma.
Caruana's playing a knight order.
That's always the dilemma. I also feel like Dudai Bali, we talked about, he played against Hikaru, then he played against Fabiano, a marathon 150 move game, and then he gets paired with Wesley, so with the black pieces. Come on, give me a break. What is this? Is this Linares tournament? Is this the World Championship final or the candidates final? What is this?
6.5 is the
Dudai Bali is playing the Daniel Naroditsky Memorial Blitz, and he's facing all these players.
Those guys can all control their destiny.
Exactly. Another pairing we didn't mention was Levy Rosman against Aman Hambleton, and a very interesting clash there. It looks like a Trompovsky attack from Levy.
Sam Sevian is already taken the A6
We need a huge number of donations today to flip this U.S. Senate seat in Texas. If everyone watching this right now made a...
And if they win their last two, 7 out of 11 shouldn't be enough for the top 10. But either way, another prestige duel between two of the most well-known faces in chess. And yeah, where to jump is the question. Maybe
honestly, the
Sindarov against Andy Woodward position looks quite quiet right now. Maybe one of the top few boards. Fabiano has sacrificed a pawn, I see, on the top row. Hikaru, in the meantime, looking away against Madaminov. That's a theoretical battle. Peter, the power's in your hands.
Yeah, well, actually, there are tons of theoretical duels, which is always very dangerous in blitz. For example, what Fabiano is doing, sacrificing this pawn, it's kind of a trendy new direction, but I'm not exactly sure that this was the perfect execution, what Fabi did. Certainly he has tremendous counterplay if this d6, d5 push is happening, which probably it is right now possible for black to achieve, then black will have perfect compensation.
If black goes d5,
then it is the scenario which white will be kicking himself, allowing it, and it just happened.
Yeah, if you could put the white g4 pawn back on g2, then white's just a pawn up, and d5 is a success for black, but it's not the end of the world. But with a pawn on g4, after white king open like this, yeah, it's a scary time for Sam Sevian. Breaking news, Peter. The laughing Wesley So has laughed all his way to a quick draw. And
Wesley So laughed his way to a quick draw.
But actually it was a fight. Yeah, it was just like Wesley probably felt like, no, I'm not so happy in this position. Despite the confidence giving, for example, an advantage for white, but he felt like this is not so secure. Let me offer a draw. And what about the Hikaru game?
Wow.
It is also a draw. Okay.
Hikaru take a draw. So
I was kind of expecting this from Hikaru's game, because for Hikaru already draw is like qualification. Madaminov definitely does not want to risk anything against Hikaru. A solid draw with good preparation by both players. And all eyes on Sam Sevian against Fabiano Caruana. This is wild.
Yeah, this is a wild battle. This is the chess that Daniel would have wanted to see. None of those quick draws. But I guess it's hard to blame the players too much from trying to secure their place in tomorrow's final.
So rook A1 is
okay, Sam Sevian's hitting the black queen. Fabi has to move.
Queen B8.
3 is still under attack. So queen B7 is the move he wants to play. But I guess
queen B7 there might be
continue harassing the black queen. Rook. Oh, I blundered there, Peter. Rook A7. Whoops. Queen B8 then. Queen C8 maybe.
Queen B8 he goes.
Well, the good news as a commentator that it's not a blunder, it's instructive. Yeah, you are trying to highlight the public that be careful.
So
be careful. Yeah, Queen B7,
rook A7
so Queen B8 sidesteps, and there is still the tactical possibility of bishop takes f3, because if you kick the queen away, if white has to capture back, then already the bishop on b5 is hanging. So how do you coordinate? How do you defend everything?
Oh, good question. And thanks for saving me there. I mean, I can only imagine how tired the players are. I'm blundering stuff like rook a7. But bishop c4, I was going to say either c4, pawn to c4, or bishop c4 would be maybe the most kind of tempting moves. This looks very safe, or at least trying to be safe here. If
Bishop
you can trade
c4,
off pieces, it's just a pawn up.
Yeah, trading off the bishop when you're up a pawn.
Pushes forward. Yeah, this is thematic stuff. Pushing on the king side where he's stronger, where white's king is open.
Yeah, trying to open things up. Well, the good news for white is that bishop takes d5 is automatic, but the big question after knight takes d5, what do you do now? You certainly
Maybe
don't want to take
e4.
fe4, because then the king side will fall apart. There is the chance to include a bishop a7 move, hitting the queen, and then maybe try to pick that pawn up with the queen. That would be much more safer.
Ooh, I think Fabiano's missed that. That's very easy to kind of not have on the radar. He saves his bishop, but yeah, he could have won the e4 pawn. That would have been very interesting. I guess the bishop would have been a bit offside, but okay. Can Fabiano strike?
Right, bishop d4 does not
with the
find
queen
bishop
still on,
a7.
with the knight coming to
That was a
f4
tough
soon.
move to find.
Bishop coming to d6 soon. Yeah, it looks nice for black, but you need something, right? You need to be quick.
Exactly. Do you include, for example, the ef, queen f3 moves, which, okay, you get rid of the e4 pawn and you destroy white's structure, but the white queen will be perfectly placed on f3, protecting the king side, and the rook can potentially get to f1, supporting all the action. So I understand why Fabi is posing. Finally, he takes on f3. And
King
what
takes
next?
f3.
Yeah, exactly. What next?
White's king side is still a bit weak here.
Kind of
like,
ongoing. It's a
White's
long
king
term
is
thing
very
because
exposed.
white's king is so open, even with, yeah, as long as the queens remain on, even with a couple more exchanges. But bishop g5 apparently a mistake. Rook a5 is so tough to play though in a blitz game.
Is it really that tough
47 seconds.
I mean,
Feels
I
like
feel
you're going off the
feel like
back
this
rank.
king
You're
is
going to leave some
relatively
tactics behind, but that is an annoying move. Black has 2 loose pieces on the 5th rank.
Rook a5 is a really
Yeah, it's crazy. If Sam spots it, he plays it, it will be very unpleasant for Fabi, but
because
with
Fabi's gonna have to
30
go like
seconds on the clock and things out of
26
control,
and somehow keep everything.
and it's played. Wow.
Ooh.
Great move.
You have to go queen d6.
Great move from Sam Sevian. Fabi doesn't have much time. 15 seconds.
Maybe queen d6.
How's he going to save his knight and his bishop? Queen d6 looks like the only move, but c4.
Yeah, c4.
I don't see it. How does he save those pieces?
How do you save the piece?
Queen
oh, wait,
in 5 seconds.
He's walked
Now,
into
rook
a pin.
a7
Wait,
or
c4
c4.
wins.
Yeah, anything.
c4
He just wins for
Wait.
white.
d5 save.
Fabi pinned his own piece.
No, rook takes d5.
He's losing that knight now. And yeah, no compensation.
No,
White bishop on
there's no
f2
play.
is going
Rook
to
takes
protect
d5.
everything. Oh, and he
It's
hangs his
nothing.
bishop as well. Fabiano.
Rook
2
g7.
pieces down. It's
Rook
gone from
g7.
bad to worse. g7 drops as well.
Rook h7.
And Fabi, it's almost time to resign. Devastating. Not enough counterplay.
Absolutely devastating.
Oh, bishop f2
Yeah,
move.
bishop
The
f2
white rook is hanging, but the black rook hangs too, and Fabi resigns. That could be a hammer blow to his chances. Fabiano
Ooh, that's
he
a
now
big
needs to win the
loss.
last round and pray that things fall in
That's
his
a big
favor.
loss
Sam
for
Sevian
Fabiano.
gets closer to the top 10.
Yes, and it might not be enough, and that was the reason why
Andy
actually Fabi could
against
have. But
Sindara
let's
is still
head to
going-
the Sindel game against
Game's still going
Andy
on.
Woodward. What a rook end game. What a crazy wild position this is.
Yeah, and,
Oh, and there's just
unfortunately for Sindarov, he has to get his rook
It's a
really
draw,
passive on
but,
a1.
Like, white does have 2 passed
And now
pawns.
the question is whether he can go forward with his king, push his pawns, or is there no way to make progress? Rook to a5. Very nice move from Andy Woodward. Stopping the white pawns from advancing.
nice.
G6. Don't play G6. Rook h5 is checkmate.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a very classy move. No way forward for white. Andy played that as if he studied this before. Like, so nonchalant, just so
Wow.
casual. Looks like Sindarov might have to repeat the position, either with king h7 or giving a rook check and then back.
Andy's
Yeah,
just
he will try. He will come back with the king.
so good.
And
Mhm. Okay.
Oh,
Handshake.
draw. Wow. That's huge result for Andy, because I think both players can kind of live with the draw that they will still have things in their own hands.
Yeah. And in the meantime, Levy Rosman plays Aman Hambleton, one of the last games to finish in this round. They're playing down on board 12. And what's happening here?
Oh,
okay, I think unfortunately the PGN is cut out, but it looks like Aman has an extra knight.
Yeah,
White has a pawn in return. So it's White has a rook and 2 pawns. Black has a rook, knight, and 1 pawn. But while the black pawn lives, it is a winning position for Black, and Levy resigns. Aman has had some real high points in this tournament. Still unlikely he can qualify. But nice to see, yeah, those two friends chat about the game afterwards.
Yeah, he's actually showing tremendous class in many of his games.
Wait, Suleiman has a knight.
Very pleased with Aman's play. But there is still Suleiman against Eric Rosen in action.
He gives up.
Yeah, and this is must-win for both players. It looks like Eric is winning against Suleimanli. This could be a huge upset, at least in rating terms. Eric's a very good blitz player, though. And it's all about the black H-pawn. Can he keep pushing? He gets a queen in his hand. White has some dangerous pass pawns of his own. The white rook goes behind. Both players need to win, Peter, because they're on 5.5, and 7.5 is the minimum they'll need to get into the top 10. Suleimani shakes his head.
What is happening? Oh, the E5 pawn is
pawns are dropping.
The knight on G5 just blocks the F pawn and supports the H pawn.
Yeah.
So it should be an elemental win.
Now King B6 is coming.
Yeah. And Black King gets the B pawn. As long as he keeps the E6 pawn alive at the minimum.
Yeah. Just needs to keep the E6 pawn alive, and then he'll win. Okay. No, this is the worst time.
That was amazing, but there's also...
Wait, did Eric win? Okay, I need to refresh. I'm lagging.
The way that we do classes and the opportunities that we get in the real world, it's second to none. And
Vistaprint is where your big ideas become bold apparel.
Ethan beat Bortnick? No way. Wait, maybe Ethan might make the top 10. Okay, I'm really laggy. I don't know what the problem.
We see
on 6. Okay. Wow.
Elemental win.
Yeah, and Black King gets the B pawn. As long as he keeps the E6 pawn alive at the minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's doing everything right, Eric. Just go with the king, take the pawn, and handshake.
Eric
Rosen takes down Grandmaster.
And Kanin with 7.5 tying second place. Yeah, basically a draw guarantees his qualification. What a run, what a Cinderella story it would be if he makes it to the top 10.
Exactly. Full of surprises. The Naroditsky Memorial Blitz so far. We're going to go on a short break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's the final round
this during World
of
Open
the
in Croatia?
Swiss section of the Blitz. Could still see playoffs as well.
I don't
so stay
know.
tuned.
That's a good
See you in
question.
a few
Oh, are
minutes.
you Shashwat? Bro, long time no see. Here's Shashwat. Are they putting this during the World Open in Croatia? That's a good question. I find it kind of sus too that they're doing that, because I think I think it's because it's Independence Day. Like they wanted it to be on Independence Day, but there's like a lot of stuff going on. There's even another tournament. There's like an Independence Day Open in DC. World Open is happening right now. 6 minutes left. All right, we're gonna see on chess.com. Like I want to see some of the other games, like how they've been going. So what events are happening right now?
But you have thought about it.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see how the other games went, because this, like,
even though you've never actually met them,
everything is just such a bloodbath in this tournament. Like Sam Sevian won. Oh, Semyon Kanyan won as well. He beat Ivanchuk, which is a huge win. Ethan Sheehan with another win against Bortnik. So he's on 7. He can guarantee his place into the top 10, which means if he's able to, like, I don't know what he needs for next round, but there's a chance he's gonna be in the final showdown. So yeah, Bortnik plays this on a bishop e5. Oh, and he takes on c6 immediately. Oh, this is a really classic win from Ethan so far. So now Black has the pass pawn. He has a more mobile pawn majority on the king side. He picks up 1. Okay, he picks up another pawn. Now he just has to push his f and e. Yeah, and e1 is not stoppable. Huge win is Black for Ethan Sheehan. Huge win. Any other, like, really big results? Eric Rosen beat Soleimanli. That's a big win as well. Let's see this game. How did Eric Rosen beat Soleimanli? Did they say he needs a draw, or was that for Cunning? Cunning needs a draw. He's on 7.5 out of 10, which is a huge score. So 8 out of 10 should guarantee you your top 10 finish. For Ethan, I don't know. You can see here, like, Andy Woodward is in 8th place with 7 points, and so is Ponomariov. So they're probably going to be looking for a win, because otherwise they could get leapfrogged. Eric Rosen beats the line system. That's pretty impressive. That's a really solid opening to beat. How was he able to do that? Okay, White had a missed opportunity to go to, like, g5. And after knight takes e5, apparently there's just a lot of control over... Is it? Oh, it's f takes e5. A lot of control over the f file. Okay. King h8, rook g8. Yeah, now Black starts getting a lot of counterplay once he's able to, like, open up the position and then go queen g5. Oh, and then he just gets this passed d pawn out of nowhere. Wait, this is a really cool tactic. So what's the idea? If it takes, is there, like, queen d2 or something? Oh, you just trade all the pieces and then take on g4. Okay. Rook f2, he missed knight e4. This would have been really big. It's just a fork. Okay, knight e4 here as well. Now Eric just gets a huge position where he has a pawn on d3. And this is already not really easy for White to play, I think. A lot of stuff happens. Oh, he could have just taken b3 and then this just wins the game, right? Like, you just take the d3 pawn or go rook d4 or something. But no, instead he hangs his bishop on a2, probably thinking he could trap the knight. I mean, this knight does look really trapped, but knight takes c3 would happen here. And Eric Rosen is somehow able to force his knight out. This is a really funny way of forcing your knight out, though. Like here, and then a3, sacrificing another pawn, winning the c3 pawn, now pushing his h pawn. And here I think he realized that if he wanted to play for a win, I think he was scared of, like, this, and then White would try to be able to get a draw or something. So he goes king e8, gives up the f7 pawn, but is able to take g5 and then start pushing. And I thought here Soleimanli has to go b6, like, but yeah, king c8 should win here. h2 also probably just wins. Unfortunately, Black just queens way too quickly, so And there's Eric Rosen's win. Really big win for him. I don't really think he has a chance to get into the top. He has 6.5. I don't know if that's... I mean, he has to win this next game for a chance to get into the top 10. I think Soleimani doesn't really have a chance, unfortunately. Yeah, the next round is about to start, so we're going to go back to that. Damn, how did Black win this? I don't know. Blitz is like really... There is a lot of like... Wait. There's just a lot of variance in Blitz. Like, I mean, Eric did play a really good game, but in the time scrambles, so many things are decided. You see even the top players make so many blunders. And by the way, I think Soleimani actually was one of the top players yesterday in the rapid section. So, all right, we got one more round to go. So it's going to be a really intense round. Hikaru's definitely through, 100%. He's probably going to be playing against... He played Dora Bailey and Mataminov. I don't know if he's played Wesley So yet, but maybe Wesley So or like 7-7. Con Mario up and Gilbert might play. But what I'm really looking for is Ethan Sheehan. If he can qualify to the top 10 in this field, that would be like revolutionary. Because he's like 2,300 FIDE, 2,350 classical FIDE. Of course, he's a really strong Blitz player. He's one of the best in the world on chess.com. But it still goes to show.
It's that time of the day. It's time for round 11, the final round of the Swiss portion of the Naroditsky Memorial.
Is there a reason Magnus is not
Peter,
there?
It all comes down to this.
Well.
Who's going to make it? Who's going to fall? Who will we see
Magnus
tomorrow? So many questions.
So that could be why.
Make it. Yeah, it just shows what an incredible event it is. That nobody is safe, nobody was safe. And let's talk about the players who still have chances of qualifying.
Yeah, here we see the standings with one round to go. Nakamura is pretty much home and dry. Behind him,
so besides Nakamura, everybody else
a draw should be enough in the last round. It's
Once
all about
again,
the top
there's
10.
so
For
many
anyone just
people
joining
on
us, it's
6.5.
top 10.
Any of these
If you
guys
are
get
on the
7.5,
same score
they're
group
gonna
as anyone in that top 10,
so like
then
everyone
you
who's on
do guarantee
7 and
playoffs.
7.5
So everything will be decided on the board. We still have a lot of chess ahead of us, most likely. And yeah, no mathematical equations. We don't need to get our calculators out. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
The Naroditsky rule in effect. And Peter, that means we'll see some risk taking, especially from those on 6.5 and 7 points. Eric Rosen, the last on 6.5.
Went to Charlotte to win the tourney for him.
One.
I hope I'll be able to play like the next edition of this tournament. I actually have a tournament that I'm
Yes, and also we see many top guys having great chances. But let's just say that also Sindelov still has to kind
of
fight
to the next edition,
all the way till the end, because nothing is given. Right now, he will be in a playoff scenario. Let's give a shout out to Simon Hanin and also to Ethan Sheehan. In the break, I took a look at Ethan Sheehan's opponents, and I was stunned. One brilliant play after another. So it's not like he was kind of tricky and he was coming from behind, as sometimes can happen in a Swiss tournament. No. He was always right in the mix, facing super strong opposition, and he still has a chance. What a performance.
Exactly. He's, I believe he's a national master, but yeah, he's basically played a super strong closed tournament of super grandmasters. So yeah, very, very impressive.
I'm
Ethan.
really,
he just needs this final push, though. If he can win his game, he's through to tomorrow, a draw, and he will probably get some playoffs later in the day. I think everyone loves a good underdog story, and that would be fantastic to see.
I'm probably going to stop this
waiting at the pairings for the last round.
I don't know when the playoffs are.
But yeah, Peter, I think
maybe
for the likes of Hikaru and maybe a couple of others, a draw might suit them in this last round.
All right, a little bit laggy.
The HEB Tournament of Champions, largest charitable event.
Naroditsky playoff role is really cool, though. That means that nobody can get like fleeced out of like a tiebreak. Jeez, why? Computer's so slow. Oh, what tournament am I playing? It's the Independence Day Open.
Of potential not qualifying, and yeah.
Okay, Ethan actually has a chance at winning. He's playing against Ponomarev.
Hikaru leading the tournament, sitting already at the
Ponomarev
board,
is
waiting
very,
for his
very strong,
opponent.
but he's a beatable opponent.
Hikaru plays Wesley So. I don't think we'll make any predictions there.
Hikaru versus Wesley. I'm predicting a short draw, guys.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
I can pretty much guess
draw,
the opening. It might be, but we'll see. I hope to be surprised. Madaminov plays Sam Sevian. Ethan Sheehan, the hero of the day, plays Ruslan Ponomarev in the last round. Here we see Andy Woodward up against Wanda Liang, and yeah, probably a draw is enough for these two, but yeah, they might have playoffs at the end of the day.
No. Andrew, I mean, Liang Gavander is behind. He's actually half point behind. He needs to win, and he's with a black piece is a must-win situation. So it's a very tough challenge for both of these gentlemen, because Andy feels like it would have been nicer probably to play someone who is calmer, but Gavander will go all in.
Oh, interesting. So one player happy with the draw, one player needs a win.
I don't know how he's going to
that's always the most fun dynamic in chess. And yeah, anyone on 6.5 points going into this last round needs a win. The likes of Fabiano Caruana as well in must-win territory. Okay, there's going to be it's going to be a lot to follow. Fabi plays Andrew Tang, one of the fastest hands in the West, one of the most well-known players for Bullet, for Hyper Bullet.
Andrew Tang's London is really solid.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy either. Andrew, very, very dangerous. Lenny Dominguez against Sindarov. Like you said, Peter, a little bit of work for both of these to do. A draw might be enough for them, but we'll see.
I think everybody's looking to win besides
Sindarov would be a shock not to see him tomorrow in the finals.
Yeah, but it's a super tough pairing with the black piece against Lenier. Lenier super grandmaster with very well established repertoire. Draw will probably guarantee both players a play. I think he can live with that. And Ethan Sheehan against Ruslan Ponomarev. Yeah, the youngster, the shock of the event, the sensation of the event. I think I said the shock because I think the players are kind of shocked, like, where did this boy come from? I haven't seen that coming. And he has a very aggressive style. We are waiting for the games to be started.
So please, by all means, feel free to pick one up after your game today. My colleague Grant Owen will begin the round, so please just get to your boards for now. But I just wanted to let you know you are entitled to an event poster, so feel free to pick one up from the help desk.
And there we heard from the Charlotte Chess Center founder and director Peter Giannatos. Yeah, that's a nice touch. All of the players
the camera on
can pick up posters of this event if they would like to.
I have a feeling that Hikaru versus Hikaru is the most boring game, but I don't know.
Peter, I said no predictions,
I feel like
but I've got to say, Berlin, Queen E4, Queen D4. What are you thinking?
Yeah,
it could easily be. It's the very professional one. But as at the moment, I'm also waiting for the games to upload in my system to be able to cover all the action. That I think is very important. The games are about to start. Handshake.
Is it going to be a Berlin?
We're off.
Please don't be a
Berlin. 11.
It's gotta be
maybe
Berlin, right?
For now we stick on the bird's eye view, but that top left board is Hikaru Nakamura against Wesley. So maybe we zoom in on them just very briefly because the game will be brief. And
it's kind of hilarious how the commentators just know that the game is
unfortunately, I called it. It's going to be a quick draw. The famous Berlin draw with the Queen dance in the center of the board. 14 moves of fun.
Yes. Yes, but they are not the fastest. Already Madaminov Sam Sevian game has ended in a draw.
Oh, Madaminov and Sam Sevian.
Everybody's trying to secure his spot.
They're all trying to secure their top 10 spot.
Handshake, a big smile.
You thought that turning happened in
and Hikaru saying exactly what you did, Peter. He pointed over Wesley's shoulder. He was like, we weren't even the first. And
exactly, yes.
There we go. A draw.
Okay, there's going to be a lot of short draws. I don't know.
Yes,
8 is
that's
enough.
the most important. And all eyes now on all the players who are fighting. And for example, Lenny Dominguez against Javoi Sindarov. This kind of, Lenny is such a well-prepared opponent that we might see some crazy theoretical duel in this super important last round.
Yeah, Sindarov playing mainline theory pretty much. Maybe he's going to be showing his world championship prep just to get into the top 10 for tomorrow, to get into the finals. Yeah, interesting that Dominguez, I mean, he's playing for a fight. He doesn't want to draw. He wants to get the job done here and now with white. And Italian game, Queen B3, trying to force black to trade off on the light squared bishops on his terms.
I like this comment.
Doesn't need to commit yet. Queen D7, very solid move.
That's so true.
Yeah, this just looks like a classical game, Peter.
Nobody likes the Berlin draw.
Exactly, on the highest level.
But like,
a lot of finesses, but I'm a little bit worried for Lenier that please pay attention to your clock. Lenier, don't fall way behind on the clock, because then suddenly Sindor will be very motivated.
Sindorov moves his bishop. This definitely looks like prep. White can't take on b7. That's a poison pawn. Queen takes b7. We get the queen trapped. So we see the bishops leave the board instead. And b6.
Yeah, black is really, really solid.
Yeah, this looks very solid for black. Like, I guess with the pawn on a5, there's small differences, but these doubled e pawns.
Yeah, rook f7 and rook f8 is possible. Black can even go knight d8
on the center here.
Knight f7 in some ones.
Yes, I'm expecting rook f7, rook
Probably
e8,
not here because
just double on the f file. Of course, you can also just play the move rook a8, or rook a d8. Somehow rook f7 is the most natural to. The other rook belongs to f8. You protect also the double protect the queen, but okay, Sindor double protects it immediately.
He's probably gonna go like 97.
All right, what's next?
Because he wants to take back with the rook.
Yeah, what next? Lenier, he wants to play d4, but you got to time it right, otherwise it might just backfire on white. I'm looking elsewhere. Yeah, every game just hanging in the balance. Very tense stuff, all on the top remaining boards.
$5. That's how much I'm hoping
I want to see
you'll
the Ethan
contribute
Sheehan game
to our campaign to take back Texas. $5 to defeat the billionaire mega donors and their puppet.
The point is that white would like to break with d4, but after ED-CD, suddenly black gets the b4 square for the knight. That's what Sindor is waiting about, and he says like, all right, please show me any other idea part of d3, d4. If not, then I'm just happy.
And okay, Dominguez still burning time on the clock. Feels like the biggest adventures are still ahead. But yeah, spending a bit of time. G3, very logical move. F4 is a nice kind of landing square for the black knight. King G2 will cover everything. And yeah, white's just covering every single square on his half of the board, Peter. Just
white is covering
very
like everything,
slow but steady, nice positional play.
It's gonna be really hard.
Yeah, I feel like especially after G3, I was anyway an advocate for rook f7, rook f7, queen back to d7, and rook df8. That would be my setup, potentially hitting the knight and the pawn on f2. I think that's what we will.
Sindarov was the winner of the rapid yesterday.
No, d5, really in such an important game.
Oh, he goes for d5.
Wow,
what is this?
Wow,
Sindorov risking it. Whoever loses here is out and won't feature tomorrow in the finals. So Sindorov, what's he calculated? There's some action on the d file. If e takes d5, I guess he can take with the knight, and there's problems for white on the f file. So Dominguez just goes back and okay, he's weakened himself quite a lot, Sindorov. Those black e pawns,
yeah, these
very, very weak. But knight takes e4 tactics, pins on the d file.
Yes. He goes for the tactics, but nevertheless, actually,
even
white does not need to worry about it. Just take rook
isolated.
e4, rook f3, knight f3, and after rook d1, yeah, that's we're gonna see king g2, super cemento, and black is still pinned with his queen. No, Lenier goes rook c4. Why? Why, Lenier?
Oof. That's
c4.
Interesting.
That's ambitious though, because black can't move the knight.
Yeah, black can't
defend the knight.
Queen takes
white's going to take on c6 no matter what next move. And
is there like rook d3 maybe?
Double up on the d file
if
somehow.
Takes on c6, maybe rook.
He's just trying to simplify in another way. Maybe he didn't want the tension, but I like that variation you mentioned, Peter. Just pawn down, but you're
I feel like rook
pick
d3
up at least
might be
the black e5 pawn. This one,
yes,
very tactical.
That looks super. Yeah, exactly. That looked super safe. And this one, especially knowing Sindorov, who is such a creative and monster calculator, he goes for rook f3. Okay, this is good news. At least things will slow down. It should get to a technical position which both players will navigate, and we get the draw, which is kind of okay for both players. I want both these players in the top 10. They belong there.
I don't know if a draw's enough. A draw's definitely enough to
should
get
now
you a
be
playoff
a draw, and
or
we'll
a playoff.
figure out
Top
each
10.
player's fate a bit later. Can we go to Ethan Sheehan, because he's totally winning against
Ethan Sheehan
Ruslan Ponomariov?
Oh my god!
Ethan Sheehan is so close to banking a spot in the top 10.
He's just up an exchange.
He's up the exchange, and I
Wait,
think
he's
Ponomariov's
completely
missed this
destroying
last move.
Ponomariov. No way.
E6 is hanging. The queens
If
are coming
Ethan
off the
wins
board.
this, he's gonna
White is
end on 8 out
in
of
total
11.
control.
Wow, bishop d3 to c4.
Bishop e6.
And yes,
Bishop e6.
you can win back the exchange, but
No,
actually
winning
white
back the
is winning
exchange is
another
not enough.
exchange. It's completely winning.
And then you got rook c1 or something, right?
You can just take on c8.
You can take on c8.
Exchange
and then
everything off the
king
board.
e2,
White
then
has
rook
this
d8.
check at the top of the board. Rook d8.
Yeah.
Incoming.
That's game.
Ponomarev's
That's
about to lose. Ethan's going to take down a former world champion, FIDE world champion.
Whoa, this is
just
insane.
over. Black's knight is
Let's go,
dead as well.
Ethan.
This is one of the greatest blitz performances I've seen in ages.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Sensational
happy.
stuff.
I'm so happy
Wow.
for you, dude.
Like you said, he's played so
this
many
is just so
world-class
motivating.
grandmasters. I think he's only played 2 non-grandmasters in this 11-round Swiss.
He's just taking all the
And
pawns.
for him to be just a national master, I say just, that's strong, but yeah, this is another level.
What's Ethan's title? IM? No, he's NM.
Yeah, we will be seeing and hearing
Probably
a lot
not
from
NM,
him.
like,
That's
for a while,
guaranteed. And he still has 40 seconds to finish the job. Yeah, e7 check, then rook
Ponomarev's
a8,
not resigning,
and
but the
then
game's
knight
over.
x7, rook a7,
Oh
with a
my.
resignation. Wow.
8 out of 11.
Wow, incredible. Ethan
8
Sheehan
out of
is
11
in the
for
top
Ethan
10,
Sheehan.
I think, pretty much guaranteed now. Huge smile from him. Saw fist pumps earlier
Why did Wesley agree to
when he
Berlin
took
draw?
down a Wonder Liang in round 2, but who would have
I
thought
think
that
Wesley
he would
like
keep
gets
up
his
that
spot.
incredible
Wesley
form?
was on 7.5.
And
I
we'll be
believe, so
seeing him in the top 10
8 out of
Blitz
11
finals
is enough for
tomorrow.
top 10.
One of the stories of the day. Great to see a young player succeed like that.
Queen
We have
H5
a few more
instead of
games
Queen
still
6
going
to 6
on the
where-
top boards. Fabiano's losing to Tang.
Oh, Fabiano's losing
Wow,
again?
Fabiano, it's all gone wrong. It's been a tough few days
Fabiano's
for
been
him.
having a tough tournament. Yeah, he's just down a rook.
Yes, it did not work out at all. What is the clock situation? Yeah, it does not give any chances. Rook f4 is coming,
Rook h4,
And
rook
and then the
Tang's
f4.
so
f6 pawn will
good.
drop.
Yeah, he's so good with no time as well.
Yeah, Andrew Tang is very
Just don't take that
experienced.
bishop.
Queen e7 check.
Don't play queen takes d5 because of knight f3 discovered check.
Now bishop takes. Seals the deal.
But yeah, he's just going to
this is
simplify
just over.
things here. Get those queens off the board.
Sure, queen
Oh,
d6 wins.
there we go. Try and pick up the black bishop.
Takes d5.
Okay, he could have taken it there.
Oh,
Instead, he finds
And
a way
rook
to win the black
g4.
queen.
Whoa.
Fabiano
not Fabi's
resigns.
day.
Fabi's out of the running officially. Peter, he was not at his best in the
Fabi's out of
rapid
the running.
and falls at the first hurdle in the blitz. Doesn't make it to the finals.
Yes,
Okay,
he cannot.
Andy
Well, the draw
playing
was
against a
agreed in
Wonder.
Dominguez
This is gonna be
against
a really-
Sindarov with almost
think a
bare
Wonder
kings,
needs a
and
win. He's on 6.5.
unfortunately, I don't have
He needs
the
a win to
Andy
get to the
Woodward
playoff.
Lianga Wonder game. We have to zoom in. Exactly, yeah, we have to
Oh,
cover
we
it
don't have
because
the
we have
DGT.
problems,
All right.
technical problems there.
Okay, and it looks like the players are just moving back and forward. It's queens
draw's
and
just not enough
bishops
for a win.
only on this board. Level material, almost symmetrical. Andy Woodward with a bit more space.
Andy with the
A
draw
Wonder
should make the
Liang, that
playoffs.
is tough for him because
He's not going to guarantee
he
his
needs
spot,
to
but
win,
he'll have
and
a
it looks
chance
like
to.
a win won't be happening for him. He's just literally just moving his queen back and forward at this point. Andy Woodward, a draw probably gets him a playoff. He wanted more, but okay, at least he's still in the race for tomorrow's finals.
Yes, exactly. Basically, getting the playoff, it's already good enough
Okay, I wonder pushes
because
the
he
five.
probably believes. And we have the position actually up and running.
Oh, this is so.
Everything is fine, so we can.
I mean, I
show
guess
the
if
board.
any
Yeah,
side can
this is
win.
the end game. All
Wait.
right. What?
Oh.
No,
He
no.
blundered his
It's
bishop.
impossible that he did Avante blunder the bishop.
What is he?
Why-
This
what is he
actually
doing?
will mean that Andy qualifies directly without any playoff.
Wait, why?
Wow,
wins.
that's just a gift from a Wonder to his opponent.
Wait, that is so weird. I wonder
Now the
never
white
does
queen can
that.
come back and block. Queen exchange doesn't help. A Wonder's just a piece down. Wesley looking
Wow.
around, smiling. He's done his job. And yeah, he could have just traded queens to Wonder Liang and it would have been a draw.
think a
I guess
Wonder
it
was
wasn't
so
enough to
desperate
qualify
try
him
to
anyway.
win that
So
he just like
maybe he just
went for
was trying to have some
something
fun, but he's
crazy,
helped his
but
opponent so much.
It's just a huge blunder. It was a while ago in the Sindarov game.
Okay. Any chances do you see here for black,
Yeah,
or
the
is
Sindarov
this
game.
Just going to be.
I think that game might have ended in a draw. I'm not really sure, but
it's basically agony.
Yeah, it's not easy to beat.
He just plays it because he knows that that's it. But okay, wait a second. This bishop moved to f2, so c3 can come. Maybe miracle can happen.
Only a wonder would put up this
draw
much
does not
resistance
have
on a full bishop.
a wonder at all. But Andy would be kicking himself. He does not convert this.
Yeah, Andy's lost a lot of control, and a check.
Yeah,
he's dropping the f3 pawn. Very instructive that a wonder took this one, not the e5 pawn, which would have only opened up White's bishop.
Okay, White's bishop
still a lot of work to be
passive,
done.
but...
White's king probably wants to hide around on h2, and okay, the eval bar went crazy, but that's just a glitch. White is still in control. And yeah, what's the winning plan though, Peter? It's going to be some kind of attack against the black king. This game could go on for ages.
Yeah, this is not that easy. It's not as easy as it looks.
Okay, first of all, you hide your king, and then you think about
bishop is really,
the consequences.
On f2. There's a lot of people gathered around.
But not in this position at all, with no time on the clock.
I feel like Andy really did mess it up a bit.
Maybe place his queen on f3, king on h3, so there's no checks, and then try to bring the white bishop out. That tends to be.
Yeah, that would be a. That's the best setup. Yeah, he's actually doing this. Yeah, he's going for bishop f6.
He's gonna put his bishop
and
on
then
f6
some
now.
queen g2 threatening checkmate.
Then queen g2,
on
queen
the long
a8.
diagonal.
He's coming, but if the white queen leaves now, there's perpetual check. Very clever from Awanda Liang.
Wonder is just so resourceful.
Okay, still no checks. Maybe the white king has to run for it.
I mean, this is definitely lost, but
we'll see. Everyone watching. Durabaili watching on. Wesley So was there a moment ago. Players on the same score group, potentially as Andy Woodward if he wins. Okay, no more checks.
Queen a8, queen a8. No, wait, no, queen a8.
This is still tough. Still not easy. It would be a real wonder if he draws this.
That would be a super
there
wonder.
Might be a 50 move roll. They need to be careful.
The king is back to h2. The bishop comes back.
I wonder, trying to understand how the position has changed. Maybe king g7 here?
Yeah, what's the winning setup? It's very difficult here, especially in blitz. Oh, g4 eventually.
He goes g4.
G4 is a little bit risky.
Trying to open up the black king a little bit more.
Oh, wait, that's a huge mistake.
Any queen trades, white
It was also time to change something, not like 50 move rule applies that you haven't done anything. There was this scare. And now bishop g5.
Okay. Queen f4, throwing a queen trade. Still more checks.
This is still not easy. This is not easy.
He has to maybe start running because the white queen couldn't have blocked there. The e5 pawn would have been hanging.
I don't know how Wonder's put up so much resistance.
Exactly. He needs to run with the king.
Where's the king gonna run? Can you run like up the board?
I think Wonder's gonna draw this, I think he's gonna save it.
I don't think he's gonna save it. I feel like that's a big claim for David Howell. Because I just think that white can play forever.
Okay. Queen block. It's lucky for white that it's an H pawn because there's many lines where you can trade queens, lose the E5 pawn, but still be winning. And he's marched his king the whole way up the board. Where to hide? He's going to hide on E8.
No checks. Yeah, he goes to E8 and then goes bishop D8. Cemento.
Wait, that's brilliant.
Genius.
And now he will target the F7 pawn with the queen.
Oh, no queen A3 to go queen F8.
Is he coming in? E5 drops, F7 drops. Is there a checkmate? There is. Queen F3 is the end. And there we go, handshake.
And he needs to somehow get
Andy Woodward, fantastic technique there.
Huge win
to find that winning plan. I wonder
did hang a bishop, but
he won't be making it. We won't see him in tomorrow's finals, but we will see the younger American Andy Woodward.
We're going to see the final standings.
Fantastic game to end the final round there.
There's a playoff.
And these are the results, Peter. We'll check in on the standings, all important standings shortly. But a bunch of draws. Unclear who that helps beyond the fourth board. And Ethan Sheehan winning. Andy Woodward winning. Andrew Tang. I believe has made it to 7.5. So we'll see if that is enough. I think those are the only ones who can automatically qualify.
They did not get a guaranteed spot.
Let's check out the standings.
Yeah,
and
these are all the guaranteed spots.
This means that there's going to be 5 players in a playoff. Javokir Sindarov in 9th, down to Andrew Tang in 13th. Everyone from 8th upwards on 8 points and above is safe. They're in the playoffs. Well, they're in the finals for tomorrow.
Yeah, these
but
guys
only
are all
2 from these 5 will join them.
So
Peter, it's going to be more drama and more chess ahead.
Shihan made it into the top 10.
Wow, yes, and look at the players. Yeah, so it is Ray Robson, Javokir Sindarov, Boris Gelfand, Len Rodriguez, and Andrew Tang, and only 2 extraordinary players will be able to join tomorrow's Blitz final. What a playoff it's going to be.
I think Sindarov will qualify.
And Naroditsky rule is in action, and it's so nice because now everybody gets the chance. Whoever misses out feels like, okay, I had a chance, but somebody else was stronger. I think that's absolutely fair.
Going to happen now?
Exactly. It's going to be all settled on the chessboard. That's the Naroditsky rule here. And we're looking halfway down this this graphic. It's a 5-player tie. That means Armageddon knockout. And seeding will be determined by the final standings that we just saw. Armageddon means that both players, both sides will have a 2-second increment. White will have 3 minutes. So White will have exactly the same time control we just saw in the last 11 rounds. But Black bids for time.
I'm betting on
the lower bid plays Black.
I think
but will
Sindarov, and then out of the other 4, I think it's a huge
Peter, the increment changes things. We might see some really brave bids from the Black pieces.
Yeah, well, I don't know. How are people, even able to think at the moment, because I'm losing my mind just looking at these players. And also, how does the system work? Because 5 people tie for the 9th spot. It means that then Ray Robson, or who was the player with the best tiebreak? Okay, we're going to find it out, but the whole action only starts now.
This is going to be so fun.
Exactly. We're going to find out which 2 of those 5 players will be in tomorrow's finals. But one player who is guaranteed to be there after a great showing today was Hikaru Nakamura.
Once again, rip Daniel Naroditsky.
Thanks, guys. We're here with Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura, whose 8.5 points definitely gets him one of the top 10 spots. Going into a tournament like this, are you thinking more about just getting one of those 10 qualification spots? Or are you thinking about winning the whole thing? Because, rating, posterity, all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, I haven't looked at chess on a board or played on a board since the candidates ended.
I'll probably make a separate video
ago. So it's been quite a while, so I didn't have huge expectations coming in. The goal was to finish in the top 10. They did not start off very well. I had this very topsy-turvy first round game against Irene Sikandar. But I think after that, I more or less stabilized. There was this one very critical game against Dora Bailey where I pretty much outplayed him for the first 25 moves, and then I got sloppy for a move or 2, and then it kind of swung back the other direction. But in the mad scramble,
the Hikaru versus Dora Bailey game was
the last
Dora
blunder.
Bailey was
So
totally
that game was probably the
7%.
most critical moment. Because once I won that game, I don't think there was any doubt that I was going to qualify. It's pretty smooth sailing. So I'm happy with the result.
And finally, you haven't looked at much chess, but are you going to study tonight? Because you will know your 9 opponents tonight, and you'll have about 12 hours to look at their games.
Are we going to study?
Oh, it's a round robin?
It is a round robin because there's 10 of you. So
okay, I had no idea. I thought it was a knockout. So it just goes to show. Yeah, I'll definitely look at something for my opponents. That makes it more interesting than a knockout. So looking forward to it.
Okay, I could be wrong. I'll check my notes, but in any case, you will know your opponents, so you'll do some chess tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, good luck going forward.
Hikaru is going to be preparing against Ethan Shihan.
Peter, interesting interview there. Hikaru revealing that he hasn't touched a chessboard and hasn't really been studying that much since the candidates. But he played himself into form, and I think it's nice that Mike told him the rules in advance of tomorrow.
Yes, and I think everybody's kind of relieved because 10 brilliant players qualify, and then there's no pressure on whom do I get paired with and who gets a better pairing. Everybody gets to play everyone.
I really want to see
the round robin of 9 rounds. That's the best way to settle.
Like, that would be so epic if he could, imagine he wins the entire
we will be seeing that round robin tomorrow. In the meantime, Mike's been a busy man because not only has he caught up with Hikaru, he's also caught up with another hero from today, Ethan Sheehan.
Oh, wait, let's go.
Also made it to tomorrow's finals.
Mike and Ethan Sheehan.
Thanks, guys. We are here with somebody who you need to know. His name is Ethan Sheehan. And let me just tell you before we get to the first question about his tournament. He beat Ponomariev, Bortnik, Awonder Liang, Archers Nikshans, Gregory Oparn. He drew Linear Dominguez, and he drew Javokir Sindarov, and he had Wesley So on the ropes. In your life, can you believe you had a tournament like this?
No, I really cannot. Once I beat Awonder, I got excited, but I had to remind myself that there's a long way to go. And when I lost to Suleimanli, I thought, okay, this is going to be a good tournament, but probably nothing special would happen. But then when I swindled opponents.
Oh, why did we get average right now?
Dive into the ultimate collection of questionable decisions. Start with a quiet little county. Add a 12-hour
for the last game.
8 points out of 11. You probably won't even have to play a tiebreak to get in tomorrow's event. You're going to have to play 9 more Grandmasters. So how are you going to prepare for that?
Honestly, I don't know how much preparation I'll do. I didn't prepare for any of the other games, so I kind of just want to sit back, watch the broadcast, and chat with friends and loved ones.
Okay, you're going to watch the broadcast here in a minute. Now, real quick, just for people to get to know you, you're 17, you turn 18 in 10 days. You just graduated high school. What are your plans?
So I'm actually taking a gap year to focus on chess. I want to hopefully get IM during my gap year, and then maybe get a couple GM norms. And I also plan to be a regular in Title Tuesday and whatnot.
Okay, well, thanks for the shout on that. He is definitely swimming with the sharks. So good luck tomorrow, and keep on keeping on.
Go, Ethan.
Thank you.
Ethan Sheehan, everybody,
Huge
back to
wins. He beat Nick.
Peter, so nice to see someone playing chess with a smile on their face. Ethan, he deserved it from just the courage he showed on the chessboard today. And I'm especially happy to hear him say he's going to take a year out to focus on chess and see how far he can go.
Exactly. Yeah, this is wonderful news. You remember we noticed him that already yesterday that he had this wonderful chance, that he was smashing himself, he was hitting himself, that how could I have missed that great chance against Arvind Chithamram? And then today when he took down Liang Gavander, yeah, that was the moment when we have seen the physics and then got used to that. Yes, actually, I can beat these incredible players whom I have not even imagined that I can. And then slowly he somehow gained the confidence, as he also described. It's a Cinderella story, it's a fairy tale. And I wouldn't have believed that it's possible, to be honest. But it just happened. Amazing. I'm so happy that I was able to witness this.
Is it?
Exactly. Me too. Everyone loves a good underdog story. And I know Ethan's going to have a lot of fans cheering for him tomorrow. If USA can win the World Cup, why can't Ethan win the Blitz finals? We'll see. In the meantime, round 11 has been done. The Swiss section is over, but don't go anywhere because we soon have the knockout tie breaks. 2 needs to come out from 5 somehow. We're going to see Grandmasters fighting for their lives in the tournament. We're going on a short break. We'll be back very shortly.
Okay. I'll be streaming the tie breaks then because I'm going to start what's going to happen. 6 minutes. Wait, I haven't seen Canada versus Morocco. Oh, Morocco won 0-3. Okay, that wasn't even close. There's another match today, right? Paraguay versus France. Oh, that's going to be a hard matchup for Paraguay. I mean, there's a chance if they can win this, their goalkeeper is going to be a hero. So, and USA versus Belgium tomorrow, I think. Yeah, Morocco is very, very tough in football for sure. I'll probably do some puzzles just for a few minutes until the games start, the tiebreak start. My prediction is that Sandarov is going to make it, and maybe Andrew Tang, or I don't know, honestly. Ray Robson is also really good. Gelfand, he can definitely get some points for sure. Gelfand is extremely dangerous. I feel like there's just a lot of action ahead of us. I don't even know who I'm rooting for, honestly. I feel I really do like the way that Sandarov is. Also, Andrew Tang is really solid as well. But Gelfand, I really like Gelfand as a person, as a player. I think he's fantastic. So I feel like it's really going to be anybody's game here. All right. Can you find a way to win the rook? takes. Bishop e4 looks good enough. You have a chance to promote to a queen soon. Okay, first I want to tie down the knight. Oh, that's wrong. Okay, I got a little bit too careless here. Maybe I have to push this one. I think I've had this puzzle before, actually. So here and then king g1. Yeah. All right. Can you find the one move that keeps you safe? It's a good question. I feel like c4 looks really tempting, queen c6, and then b4. However, what if black just moves the knight back? That would not really lead anywhere. So maybe knight c3. Yeah, knight c3 followed by knight t5. Okay, and f4 should be good. Just on a really short break until the next round starts. Should be starting soon. That's, of course, the priority here. Okay, so if I keep a check, it's just like a mate in 2. Mate in 3, my bad. Find a way to win material. All right, queen a2, knight 4. Find the correct promotion. Okay, this pawn is going down here, and this pawn is going to like d1, and we're going to queen. So what is the right way to promote? Maybe I can go rook a6 first and then capture the pawn. He queens. Ah, rook g6. I didn't actually see, but I don't think that changes much. Yeah. Okay, we're on a streak here. Doing pretty well. Okay, I might have to go back to the round soon though. It's about to start. So this will probably be the last puzzle. Let's see. I don't know why they give hints for these puzzles. Like, okay, knight takes e6. Bishop takes f4. Maybe knight takes d4 check is good enough there. Yeah. Okay, so that should be 6 minutes. We're going to go back to the Naroditsky Memorial.
Science back. Recommend it. We've been there, so.
EVE Online. On Mac. Immerses you in a universe.
All right, the games are about to start, the tie breaks. So these are the players who have already qualified for the next round. Hikaru, Wesley, Gerard Bailey, Rukiden, Savian, Woodward, Ethan Sheehan, and Hamid. We gotta tell Ethan Sheehan good job after his performance. Really, really, really spectacular. I feel like it's only gonna be the beginning of many for him. He's just so talented. Right, now we get ready for the tie breaks. Says the coverage continues in 0-0. It is 0-0. We're just waiting for the tie breaks to come. I don't know why it's not starting yet, but these tie breaks are going to be really exciting. The World Open is also going on right now. I don't know, I might check that out briefly. I'll come back to this page in like a minute. They don't seem to have the tie breaks ready for the Naroditsky Memorial Blitz. Is World Open on DGT? Oh, Erdognus is in this? Wait. I don't see any Erdognus. Let's see. There's just so many events going on right now. All right, Grant Owen is in the picture. We see Boris Gelfand. I think they're getting ready now. They're getting ready for the tie breaks. Gelfand is one of our contestants. The others are Ray Robson, Andrew Tang, Lenier Dominguez, and Sandaro. Yeah, we have 5. There's Ryan Ambergy, very strong player. All right, we should be good now. Galfand is getting ready. Oh, the stream is finally back. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Naroditsky Memorial Blitz, where there is drama in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's 5 players in playoffs to get 2 remaining spots in tomorrow's finals. It all starts with Gelfand versus Tang. Battle of generations, and looks like we're off. It's Armageddon, Peter. It's 3 minutes versus 1 minute 45. I'm told Andrew Tang has black. 1 minute 45, so big time discrepancy there. But a draw gets him through.
Yes, and then how do you approach this game from Gelfand's perspective? Yeah, you want to keep as many pieces as possible. You want to keep as possible. A long game where Black's clock situation will prove kind of vital. Do we get the clock right?
Tang is picking a really solid opening for Armageddon.
He's already
I don't know if I agree with this
on the clock,
but he always plays the same
Gonzalez.
Yeah, he's Speedy Gonzalez
online
especially, but I think over the board as well.
Like 91,
a reminder for everyone, they do get 2-second increment in this Armageddon game. So that's kind of a break from the norm. Normally we see Armageddon, maybe the increment only kicking in after move 40 or after move 60. Here, maybe more of an advantage to have the black pieces, I would say, Peter. And it's one of these, one of these kind of Reti/English openings, which now sharpens up as Boris has pushed forward with d4. No more subtle maneuvers, very direct stuff.
Yeah, very direct, because black hits the pawn on c4. And now the big question that, do you have something like a d5 strike? Is it possible? Do you play knight e5, which would be, I think, welcome by black, because then you simplify.
But
it's on the board. You just take on g2.
Maybe he goes
and you have this queen b7 check, yes, sidestepping all kinds of pins on the c file with a check, with a tempo.
Exactly. Suddenly the exchange of white's beautiful fianchetted bishop, it feels like black is very happy. Like rook c8 is such a natural move. Knight d7 will come to trade off more pieces, and must-win situation for Boris. This is not going to be easy. Black is so solid.
I feel like it's going to be tough for Gelfand.
Yes, and very easy play. And we also see that Boris is spending time. He's down to 2 minutes 30. He still keeps a minute advantage, but black's moves are so natural. It is so easy for black to play. Boris will be the one burning time, how to keep some life in the position.
94. He's allowing queen b7.
Head, Boris Gelfand a little bit.
That is
spent a bit
really
of time on knight e4, but you can either take that knight or, like you said earlier,
after queen b7 he has to go like f3 or something.
Feels like exchanges are happening on black's terms, and white's hanging pawns in the center could just become weak in
f3 or like rookie
in future positions. This doesn't look great for Boris, a legend of the game. Whoever wins this will face another match to try and get into tomorrow's.
Okay, so the time control is 3 plus 2 in the
for everyone at home. This won't be the last.
So Andrew Tang does have increment.
But yeah, Boris maybe in a bit of trouble.
But the good news for Boris is that with this f3, he keeps some tension. Wait a second, b5 allows something. Wait a second, is a move like knight g5 possible?
Oh
wow, knight g5 hitting the weak spot, the Achilles heel on f7. I was looking at knight takes f7 sacrifices as well. Boris has some very tempting options here. He's got to move fast.
C5
1 extra minute. Suddenly
G5
playing on the front foot.
Possible.
Knight g5 is not easy, maybe, because it looks like the action's in the center now on the queen side after b5. But either he can find this. Boris at his best finds this. He switches it and becomes more dynamic.
Knight takes f7
and he's in a must-win situation, so he knows exactly that actually
f7,
strategically he has
f7,
nothing in the
like
position.
G5.
If he just makes a natural reaction, and he goes for it. Knight g5 on the board, so rook f8, knight e5 takes f7, followed by queen takes e6, and things get out of control because black can still protect the rook f8 move.
E takes f7.
But that's what Boris needs. That's fire on board. It's anybody's game.
Exactly. Andrew Tang needs to speed up. He's only got 30-something seconds here to protect f7. I don't think black can get away with knight takes c4 or anything like that. F7 is such an important pawn.
I don't know how he's going to defend his position.
Need to protect it. Rook f8. He should have played that instantly, but 30 seconds later,
he goes rook e8. Okay, so his idea is after knight takes f7, he wants to go.
That is not a transmission error. I see it on the camera. Rook to e8.
It's like a
wow, that's a total shocker. I haven't seen that coming at all. Might be a super smart move, but Boris
Oh,
just for
Galfond just goes
c5.
c5. I really like that move. He
Ignores
just doesn't
it.
even allow black to go knight take c4.
That was a trick from Andrew Tang. He wanted white to commit which
Tang
knight
goes
he
up
was
for a
going to take on
slight
f7
handicap.
with, and then he would
That's
have
the new spelling,
whichever knight
slight
hadn't captured
handicap compared
on
to
f7.
online
But
because his mouse skills are
yeah,
insane.
now knight c4, Boris can safely take. He's got the same thing, but with the extra
Maybe
c5
he's still
pawn.
really insane
Boris
over the board
Gelfand a
too,
pawn
though,
up,
so
a minute
hard
up
to
as
tell.
well. Andrew Tang's down to 15
He's definitely a
seconds.
better online player, and
This is
Galfand
dramatic.
is a
Boris has
player
turned
who
it
of course
around.
has way more experience over the board than online.
And what to do? And to take
Okay,
some
Andrew
b2.
Tang's position is really lost.
Defended though. Knight d5 threatening a fork.
Knight
Can
d5.
defend that though. Bring the queen back where it came from.
Maybe queen d2.
Rook to e1 as well. Covers any knight e3 checks. It's a beautiful pawn to win, Peter. The f7 pawn is the most important pawn of all.
I thought it was queen c2. Oh my gosh, I almost freaked out. Sorry guys.
Yes, because now
like,
black has weaknesses. But Andrew is
relay
trying to
errors are
trap that knight on
like
f7. Yeah, with the timely rook f8.
No way Galfond just hung his
Boris
game, but-
cannot afford
Okay,
to lose
b4.
concentration.
Exactly.
He takes an a6.
Oh, another pawn falls though. b4.
Knight
Set up a
e3, there
knight
might be queen
fork.
e6.
It's, landed in different fork this time.
At some
Boris
point.
sacrificing
Okay, goes knight
material.
e3 check.
Didn't need to do this, but he's got ideas like smothered mate in mind. Queen takes
Yeah,
e6. He's going to set up
take on
all
d1
sorts of
here.
discovered
Like,
checks.
yeah, he just cannot take on d1. There's just no way.
Bishop drops
Knight
back.
f5.
Knight back to f5. Boris in full control still.
Okay,
Although the
he takes
d4 pawn has
pawn,
dropped.
but
He goes back.
black just has, or
Peter,
white
you
just
can
has
sense the
full
nerves, but
control.
Andrew just has no time. On 8 seconds, he's having to
C6,
just
rook a8,
kind
rook
of bluff
c2
on
is
instinct
coming.
here. Boris protecting everything.
Yeah, Galfond is just a very classical player.
Yeah,
very
the big question is that will Boris
This
be able
always
to
keeps
control the
everything
clock? Because if
protected.
he gets down to 5 seconds against
Very
Andrew's
positional.
5 seconds, then
Rook
things can
d2,
get out
rook
of control. Rook
d7.
d2, threatening rook d7.
How do you deal with rook d7?
Andrew swings his rooks across,
Oh, queen
doubles up on the
c4,
a file. Boris hits the e6 pawn. It's an exchange
Knight
sacrifice.
takes e6.
But the queen and knights
No,
combined.
no, this game's over.
looks deadly. Knight takes h6 is an immediate threat.
There's queen
Andrew moves
g6,
his
knight
king
takes
away.
h6. That wins.
But now a
Knight f7,
check.
and that's
Ooh,
mate.
Boris fumbling pieces.
Knight takes h6.
He's
Other
not going to fumble this game. Another check. And handshake. Andrew Tang resigns. Boris lands a killer attack.
Wait,
that was
do they have another game?
real experience shining through.
There's no way that's the only game.
Yes,
right?
immediately sensing the momentum that, now it's my chance, and he never let it go. Knight g5 and then also c5, not falling into
Is that the
Andrew's
only game?
trap.
I mean,
with
it is
rook
an
e8.
Armageddon, but
What a game. What nerves and everything we have just witnessed
okay, who's
here.
gonna play next?
Wow. Where I'm sitting, there was a huge thunder strike a second ago, and that was thunderous, that attack from Boris towards the end of that. And that means he's still in the race. He hasn't done the job, though, Peter.
Okay, well,
that
I
means
guess
Boris next plays Ray
everyone got a
Robson
bye except
for a
Galfond
spot
and
in
Andrew
tomorrow's
Tang,
finals.
because
More Armageddon chess coming
Galfond
up.
and Andrew Tang were
This
probably
was
the
just the
last
first
two
step.
players on tie breaks.
Wow, and that means that Lenier Dominguez is up against Javohir Sindarov. Wow.
Okay, so Dominguez versus Sindarov. That's going to be hype. I am
That
going to
is
give this to
huge.
Sindarov. I don't
Javohir
think
Sindarov,
Dominguez is gonna be able to-
yeah, he's not
I feel
guaranteed
like
to get
Dominguez
through
is not
tomorrow.
as good in
And
the
those two
Armageddon,
actually
but
faced
we'll
each other
see.
earlier in the day in the last round of the Swiss. Now they'll be playing each other for their lives. Peter, predictions. Which of these two are going through? Whoever wins on each side of this bracket, they're guaranteed their spot for tomorrow.
Yes, it's basically, I think, impossible to say. It's like very 50-50 kind of situation because Sindarov is facing a heavyweight Lenier Dominguez. Yes, basically Sindarov is probably faster, but things and Thompson versus Gelfand, it's clash of generation. I don't know. The nerves will decide who is faster. I don't know, but we are guaranteed a thriller fight. That's what is the most important.
All right, now we're gonna have
Exactly.
Dominguez versus
Armageddon
Sindarov
always
coming
means
up
it's
next.
going to be thrilling.
I'm really excited for
yeah,
that
Boris.
matchup.
I mean, I'm a huge
thought
Boris
Andrew
fan.
Tang would
and,
have the better
yeah,
chances
it's
against
sad to see
Gelfand,
Andrew
but he made a
Tang
really big
kind of
mistake
get
just
knocked
by
out of
allowing
qualification like that. But
That was like
Boris, the
extremely
way he switched
unnecessary.
gears, the way he went for the
And
kill,
after that, Gelfand
as
just
soon as he found knight
really
g5, it was
class.
never really in doubt. And
I find it insane how these
yeah, we can
players
see
of like
some
the older
very
generation are just still so
tough
accurate,
warriors
so
now.
precise
Lenier
with the
Dominguez is
pressure.
hard to beat. Former world blitz champion. You were telling me in 2008, Peter, the same year that Ethan Sheehan was born. So Lenier, also a man of
Lenier Dominguez,
great
2008
pedigree.
World Blitz champion, the same year Ethan Sheehan
Yes,
was born.
and he normally
So
had
exactly 18
tremendous
years.
nerves, and he was very good with 2 seconds on the clock. Now the big question is how good he is still right now, yeah, because after all, he's not getting any younger, but his class still remains. So I'm expecting some crazy fight. And let's just shout out to the Naroditsky rule, yeah, because thanks to the Naroditsky rule, we are witnessing all these amazing fights. We have all this tension. Otherwise, due to some mathematics, somebody would have been in. Some other players who would have also deserved the chance would have been already out of the competition. I think it's just fantastic to have this.
Exactly, fully agree. It's nice that we don't have to do any maths kind of equations. The arbiters still have to work out, who was seeded through in that last bit.
Just gotta play chess. And
it's all decided on the chessboard. Everyone gets a chance at least, and they still have to win their way through. But yeah, it's all settled here. Daniel would definitely have approved of more chess. And I'm being told that it's going to be one game at a time in this kind of semi-final stage. It's strange to call it the semi-finals because whoever wins in each side, I think they automatically go through to tomorrow's finals because we have 2 spots available. But it's one game at a time because Gelfand, I think, deserves a break after that fast and furious Armageddon.
And I think also for us and for the audience, it is much better because we are not missing out on any action.
I'm not actually sure.
2:35.
Okay, we're hearing Peter. Breaking news. I stand corrected. The games will happen simultaneously. Wow. So Boris didn't want to break, seemingly. He plays Ray Robson.
Gelfand did not want to
smile
break.
On his face.
Wow.
58-year-old Boris Gelfand
58
against Ray Robson here.
What a giga
nice
Chad.
To see. Class enduring. And he gets white again. Must-win situation. Yeah. We'll find out bids shortly.
All right. I'm really rooting for Gelfand here. I think it'd be really cool.
Ray Robson starts with 2 minutes 35.
Sindara versus Dominguez.
So,
also
bidding high.
The final
And
game.
2 minutes 9 seconds for Sindara.
Qualify for tomorrow.
These are 2 Armageddon just to qualify for tomorrow. I think you can see Andrew Hong in the
background. Comes down to whoever wins these 2 matches will progress
so
to
Dominguez
tomorrow's
is opening
finals,
with knight
the
f3
10-player round robin. And Dominguez Perez, it looks like a Reti.
That's
although it can still transform into other openings. And no moves yet from Gelfand Robson. We'll try and get cameras on the players very, very shortly.
He goes
looks like actually this might have been the start to the Gelfand game. The moves we're seeing on the left green board.
Okay,
looks like yeah, we'll sort out those names shortly.
This is the modern style. It's actually
one was a Roy Lopez, one was a
Naroditsky used to be Caruana in 2021.
I also feel that definitely this is the game of Gelfand, the one with the Reti, and the Lanier's game is the E4 play.
Yeah, going back to basics, that's what players do, right? In must-win situations, when stress is high, pressure's on, you go back to what you know best.
Yes, exactly. So you have to kind of play your position.
Yeah, this is the Gelfand game on the board. So maybe we can somehow zoom out, get a bird's eye view on both of them.
Maybe knight
let's ignore the names for now because Gelfand has the left board, Dominguez Perez has the right board. We'll try and get that sorted, ladies and gentlemen. But I think no surprise that we see very tense positions.
Yeah, there are a little bit technical issues because Gelfand is the one.
Yes, and also very high level
back in this game
because everybody wants to get in. This is a super prestige duel, fighting for your honor. You want to honor Danya. You want to keep on fighting as Sindar, but also Lanier, of course, as a brilliant player, he thinks like, I'm already so close. Let me somehow sneak in at the cost of Jawahir Sindarov.
And who do you think is the happier of the two? The fact that it's still all pieces on the board in this clash, all 2 pieces still there, very tense, very locked center, slow maneuvering battle.
There's going to be a long maneuver.
I think that Lenny is very happy with the position because it's a classical type of position which suits him perfectly. He can play on intuition. He knows exactly where the pieces belong. Yeah, now he stops knight c4 with b3. Black tries to break with b4. I'm expecting Lanier to play c4. Would be the thematic move. Just keep the center.
Okay, elsewhere, Boris Gelfand against Ray Robson is a much more open position. Started with an isolated queen's pawn for Ray Robson, but now some exchanges means it's headed towards a level-looking endgame. Queen's about to leave the board as well. And yeah, on paper, I would say this favors Boris a little bit more. Ray maybe more comfortable in tactical positions. But yeah, he just needs to draw Ray Robson. And he's not that far behind on the clock anymore. So Boris needs to work the magic again.
Also extremely
Here we see the board.
In these positions. Like Black has
the e4 pawn a bit tender, Peter.
In fact,
yes, that is Black's problem. If Black is in time to get knight e5, knight d3 in, then everything is fine. But at the moment, it comes at the cost of a pawn on e4. So Black plays the move g5, which slightly weakens the structure. White might be able to push g4 and isolate that pawn on e4 all the more. But yeah, let's see the moves. Look, AD1.
I think that Galfan is going to play for knight c4 here.
Makes a lot of sense. And I think Boris at some point will push his pawn to g4.
How about this game? What's happening here?
Okay, we see on the other board. Okay, this is the Boris Gelfand endgame. In the meantime, he tries to bring his knight into d6. This is the other board where, okay, no c4 that you predicted earlier. He actually allowed the tension to break Leonid Dominguez, and he's put his bishops, posted them up on really nice squares.
Maybe drop the bishop back to
very
or something.
Nice for white, but could fizzle out.
Yeah, Dominguez needs
yes,
to be really
exactly.
Not to make
Basically, White has right now some initiative, but if Black will be able to trade the bishops, the light square bishop with the bishop e6, at the moment the pawn on e5 is hanging, so that's why it is a tactical kind of nuance.
Is the pawn really hanging though?
If he's able to do that or not, we have to find out. Certainly, he needs to spend time. He just cannot make a natural move.
Okay, Sindarov finds a different way to try and trade off those light squared bishops. Elsewhere, Boris has snapped off the e4 pawn, but it's come at the cost of a2, so still level material. But I quite like Boris's chances. He has a grip, he has squares, he has nice centralization. Ray Robson on the back foot, and got half of Boris's time right now, 40 seconds against over a minute and a half.
Yes, the time advantage. And Boris goes f4, very energetic. I thought like maybe knight g3, just try to sit on the f5 square, but no, he knows that he needs to win the game. He wants to be energetic.
But Boris does have a big time
Very
advantage.
nice play from Boris.
So,
Ray does look a bit nervous. Ray often makes moves, even in classical, with 1 second on his clock.
Yeah, Ray is a
so, I'm not going to read too much into the time situation. One of the fastest minds I've ever seen.
Still always a good thing.
But okay. Pawns coming off the board. Boris is hitting h6.
Knight g3, knight f5 idea. Not now.
And king g7. Yeah, exactly. I was wondering that what is the setup for white? Some knight g3 and try to jump, but then I have bishop g5. So Boris just sidestepped with king h2. For the moment, bishop e6.
Yeah,
maybe knight g3. Yeah, knight g3 and like knight h5.
Well, so he needed to prepare.
I actually think I like this
g5 as you mentioned.
That's
so solid.
Objectively, it's not
Can
much.
Boris do anything here to?
It's very
to win this game.
Better. And these are the positions that Galfand has made a career.
Okay, it's going to be difficult.
So,
very tough.
Maybe we can pull up the bird's eye view just to see both boards.
Game very
because right now, Lenia Dominguez, also in a must-win situation, is slightly worse against Sindarov. Sindarov has a grip. Queen's off, almost symmetrical.
D5 is a strong
it's looking good for Sindarov on that left board. And Ray Robson in big time trouble, but looks like he's roughly equal as well against Gelfand, holding things together. It's going to be tough for the two more experienced players here to win with white. A draw enough, remember, for Armageddon.
Both of the players are really
Boris is going for knight c5. IDRA needs to find a way. 5 seconds.
Okay, knight c5.
Ooh, raise clock on that right board.
Knight d6.
That is not a healthy situation to be in. Don't try this at home, everyone. Knight d6. 2 seconds, 1 second. Oh, we make some moves with 1 second left. It's a great move. Or is it? Does rook takes f7 check?
Oh, rook takes f7.
Knight f5 is wow. Boris can win a pawn.
Oh, that's not an easy move to see. He sees it. Gelfand is so good.
He finds it.
Oh my gosh.
Ray reacts with 1 second left, but a big blunder. Now a second pawn falls. He had to take the rooks off the board.
Falls?
Boris is winning. Bishop b4 check? That's just mate? It's checkmate with knight to e8 or rook h7.
Knight e8 checkmate.
And knight e8. Boris Gelfand checkmates Ray Robson and moves through. He's in the finals tomorrow.
Gelfand is in the finals tomorrow after beating
58-year-old Boris Gelfand.
Robson back to back.
Sindarov versus Dominguez.
Wait, Gelfand might be the GOAT.
That was dramatic.
How do you do that?
Incredible, and suddenly Lenny also gets a chance. 5 seconds, but
even Dominguez has a chance.
Rook takes f2. What's in store for us? c5. Then he's pushing the pawn.
He made a mistake with pushing c5. Okay, but it's still anybody's game.
Knight. Black
Crazy
is
time
so
scramble.
passive.
Both sides have 5 seconds. Okay. Oh, c6 again.
Okay, the c pawn pushes.
The c pawn is just go running. Okay.
Oh, this is
h4 creating counterplay. Knight f3.
Maybe you have to go rook d7 or something.
Attacking the black knight. Don't get forked. Knight d5 threatened.
c7 is just
now the rook goes behind.
No. Knight d5, rook c8.
This is so tough to play with no time on the clock for both sides.
Oh, he has to stop knight d5 somehow.
Lenia, his pawn is dropping off though. Knight d5.
No, that's just not.
How can he hold it? It's gone.
How can he try to play for a win?
But the rooks are tied. It's not over yet.
Yeah, the rooks are tied, but king e8.
The white rook has to retreat. Now
yeah,
the black knight can move.
This is just nothing.
Oh, he has to try some tricks now, Dominguez. It's a dead draw on the board.
Somewhere. He's going to be heartbroken after that, I think.
It's hard. Running out of material.
But Sindarov with a really resilient defense here.
Trade. Dominguez wins a pawn. There's a knight fork with knight.
He does win a pawn, but it's just not really enough.
But rook takes h4.
Rook h4.
Are we going to see rook and knight versus rook?
I don't think this is really winnable.
This game go on.
Rook and knight versus
rook. This must be a draw now. So. Dominguez has no time either.
Yes, it should be a draw.
And you still got to stay focused and try to make something of this position, but
he's got to prove why he was the World Blitz champion.
It'll be very, very tough.
Okay, he advances.
He'll take on g2 at some point.
What do you think? Is it practical to just take that pawn off the board?
I think it's practical to take
Sindarov, try and draw a rook and knight versus rook.
It's a pretty easy draw.
Well, like, yeah, that was also my question, but he doesn't go for it.
He could also have gone for rook versus knight with rook takes h4, but he didn't want that.
Knight takes g2. Knight takes.
Okay, trying to draw by force without suffering.
Knight takes g2. Knight takes g2. Rook g3 check.
Well, actually, he could have taken knight takes g2 there, but okay, let's forget about all this craziness.
Okay. Oh, he's found a way to annoy white. If knights come off the board, it's a total draw.
Yeah. All black has to do is put his king on g8 if the knights
on the board.
Okay, this is just a draw.
Oh, he's claiming.
Oh.
Sindarov's claiming
a threefold repetition.
This should be a threefold.
I don't think he's right, by the way.
I'm not sure.
Oh. I don't think it is.
Yeah, Dominguez really missed a chance.
Might have just given Lenia Dominguez a bit more time. He only has 4 seconds himself. It's an incorrect claim. The arbiters will confirm that. This was just the second time. This was just the second time the position have repeated himself. That's the tension, Peter. Sindarov just wants the suffering to be over. He wants to book his spot in the final, but he's going to have to fight on.
No. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So you don't want the chess to end. Dominguez looks so calm. You know him so well, Peter. He's probably frustrated inside that it's a drawn position, but this is a second lease of life.
Yeah, but also he is just a super nice person. Yeah, so he has given the absolute maximum. So I think he can look in the mirror if he doesn't make it. But yeah, he will try everything.
And here we see good camera work. Thanks to our production team. Sindarov frustrated that it's not a threefold repetition, and now he's going to play with seconds left.
Oh, it's not a threefold? I mean, it should still be an easy draw.
Still a dead drawn position, though. And the game continues. Knight g6 check. Dominguez has had time to think. But a shake of the head.
I mean, I think this is still very equal.
Okay, he's keeping everything on the board. No knight trades now, Peter.
Yeah,
and it's going to be rook and knight versus rook.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, Lenia got 1 minute. All right, we got the
I don't think a minute is enough. Like
1 minute.
Rook and knight versus
sounds like a lot, but that can disappear very quickly. For everyone at home, this is a drawn endgame. You don't need to know too much as black, but yeah, the nerves and the clock are the main issue here.
Clock is really
if Dominguez can force Sindarov to one of the sides of the board, maybe there'll be a mistake, but hard to imagine.
I feel like a player such as Sindarov would Should never lose this.
Yeah, the rook should stay far away so that you start checking the king from a distance.
Dominguez will try every trick in the book, though.
I was always taught you put your king and rook on different colors so you don't get forked. Like if your rook and king are nearby, if they're on the same color square, they can get forked. Like this, they can't.
Wow. You know, I never heard this rule. I'm getting wiser and wiser.
Yeah, that was a childhood rule from one of my first coaches after I kept walking to night forks. But yeah, here, of course, if you keep it far away, you don't have to worry about that anyway. And Dominguez making some progress. Oh, Sindarov made a couple of moves with just 1 or 2 seconds left.
Let's see, what can Dominguez do to put pressure here?
Defending the knight is clever. Trying to break the pin. But Black's king always goes the other way, right? No matter where white goes, the king slides the opposite direction. You can't pin it in.
You have to go like knight
Rook a5 threatened.
That's the problem.
And knight to b3 allows a check. No more shelter. Sindarov doing everything right.
Dominguez is still doing his best to make this scary.
2-second increment is enough. Reminder for everyone at home, if this is a draw, Sindarov moves on, Dominguez is out. Still no progress. Peter, if this were classical, this would have been probably agreed to draw 20 moves ago.
A little bit of time, but let's see.
Well, could be, but yeah, sometimes in the end, you hope for some miracle.
They've played 28 moves, 29 moves now. Dominguez has 20-ish moves to win this game.
It's just
Sindarov probably won't make a second false claim. But
just to add some more to the drama.
He'll wait a bit longer. That would be a boss move, though. Give Dominguez an extra minute again and still hold. Yeah, this is textbook stuff. Keep the rook far away, pin, annoy from behind.
Yeah, Sindarov's just
body
just
language changes, posture changes.
Just pure class.
Drops his rook back. Gets his king out.
Keep the rook far away from the enemy knight.
Knight check.
And on the opposite color, and you just keep
create a cage here.
Cannot do anything.
They're closing in though. Around only 10 more moves. 6 more
There's
moves
not really
to make.
much Dominguez can do here. I mean, he's trying his best, but
Dominguez is not going to win this game.
Knight is just not good.
Sindarov showing he has studied some end games. That is for sure. Bortnik in the back. Remember, Bortnik
already having.
Go on, Peter.
Yeah, he got some extra time with 10 seconds. He was using it.
He will be
and
the final
he definitely does not want to claim. Yeah, he's just enjoying that he has the great defense.
Yeah. Sindarov earlier, it was revealed, has promised to play Counter-Strike tonight with Bortnik, who's waiting in the background. It looks like that will happen very shortly. This game rages on, though. Sindarov. The arbiters step in after 75 moves without progress, without any captures.
Arbiter will step in after 75
so
moves.
He doesn't need to even claim.
So they'll probably make it to move 75. I mean, Sindarov has no reason to ever claim a draw because
have you had this endgame yourself, Peter,
is
in
practical
play?
Once you're about to get
yes. I actually twice had the rook and knight versus...
the only way that he could lose is if he like hangs his rook. Oh, wait, what? Oh, my stream kind of crashed. Oops.
No, both. The first one against Larry Christiansen in '96 in the Yerevan Chess Olympia.
I wonder if the rook and knight
match between Hungary and the United States.
I think it's harder to win with the rook and knight than it is to draw against it.
Yeah, this tends to be a drawn end game. And Sindarov, he's survived this one for 60-ish moves now, 60+ moves.
Yeah, we are 151 right now.
Unless he loses his rook without claiming, which won't happen, then this game is going to be a draw.
Yeah, he'd have to
in the back looks
without claiming, which
impatient
is
for it to be over.
Impossible.
He wants to play that counter-strike. Yeah, I mean, I think we would all do the same in Dominguez's shoes. We would try till the bitter end. but he won't
Of
make it to the
course.
finals.
That's what he was fighting for, to try to qualify. And I'm also feeling very sorry for Lanier. He was putting tremendous efforts. And he got very close.
GG.
And there's the handshake.
Yeah.
Tough for Dominguez.
It is a draw. He moves on to the final, but the final is moot. He moves on, more importantly, to tomorrow's finals.
So that's going to be really exciting. Gone, so I won't be streaming tomorrow, but thanks for tuning in, whoever tuned in. I really hope that like Ethan Sheehan performs well tomorrow. Besides that, it's going to be a really, really fun event. Just a lot of interesting games, lots of strong players. But that's going to be it for my stream now. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and peace. See y'all later.